One two 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 one two. We are live. What is poppin', gang? Early. What's going on, gang? We are live Wednesday afternoon. Just started this live a little bit earlier, 5 o'clock in the afternoon rather than our usual regular time. We are live on the gram over here on my phone. We're live on Facebook as usual. We are live on YouTube. Make sure to hit that like button for everybody who's popping in. Where else are we live? We are live on Twitch, on X, aka Twitter, and we are live on Kick. Comment Gang Strong. Let's get into a list of the topics that we got on the docket today. I'm going to be addressing a couple of different things as far as I'm not going to get into a pod war today. We'll save it for another episode this week. But, I got one UK hater that I got to just give a little bit of a tap to. You know what I'm saying? Pause. All right, so we'll get to that for sure. Blue Jays versus the Dodgers makes the whole Drake and Kendrick quote-unquote beef reignite again as far as on the internet. Not between them, but on the internet. So we'll definitely discuss that, as well as some of the different things that are going on around the Jays games, the crazy spike in ticket prices, all types of things that need to get discussed. Also, a new Six Tales video on the youngest serial killer in Toronto. We definitely have to react to that as well. I'm going to see if I can get some updates on the El Plaga trial that just started this week. Other things in the news that are going on in the rap news. There's a rapper who found his fiance cheating. The video is crazy. I want to react to that. I'm going to bring that to y'all over here in the audience. Comment Gang Strong. G Herbo, this is VladTV. Also in our civic duties, and that's another thing I definitely want to address as far as things that are happening with us over here. Jewelry store robberies are up in the city. We got to get to that. And if you have any other topics, let me know. Spam the chat. Comment Gang Strong. Big salute to everybody who's over here on Instagram. We are live. YouTube.com/welovehiphop network. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. What's popping, gang? Who's out here? Who's in the building, man? Like I said, I'm early, man. I usually start these lives a little bit later. You know what I'm saying? Let me make sure we good, man. Gang. Let me make sure we good. Camera needs a little bit better focus, but we'll fix that in a second. All right, Comment Gang Strong. Who is in the building? Let yourself be seen. I seen Michael Official earlier in the chat. Big salute to you, brother. Shiesty is Bud in the building. Cal in the building. Two Piece No Biscuit in the building. Young Money in the building. Old John Crow 416 Trackstar Music in the building. We are out here, man. Whoever else, if you see the live, if you see the notifications, we are out here, man. Comment Gang Strong. Big salute to all the other podcasters out there. I'll say it like this. Big salute to Extra Gravy Podcast. That's my podcast brothers right there. Big salute to Underground Nation. I see popping up in the chat right there. Who else? Big salute to Steady Mobbin. Big salute to Relentless Diaries. I'll even say big salute to GTV with a punk ass. But we are out here, man. Who else? Give me some more podcasters I need to salute in here. The Vent Podcast. Big salute to the Vent Podcast. You know what I'm saying? That's my peoples over there. Big salute to the Three Balaclavas Podcast. We got a lot of podcasts in the city, bro. You know what I'm saying? We are outside. Let's get to it, man. Let me stop the music here. Courtesy of B3 on the beats. B3 on the beats. B3 on the beats, yeah. B3 on the beats, yeah. Big salute to Borough Sound TV, aka Cheeseburger, aka Young Shawarma. Yes, sir. All right, let's get to it, man. Let's get to it. I want to fix a couple of things here first. I got a couple of things that I got to put you guys onto, but let me just fix some cameras. Let's throw some ads up, and then we can get to our shit. Let's do it. Big salute to the sponsors, Diamond Club, with delivery all over the GTA and now all across Canada. They got the best selection of flour, edibles, and pens, and all types of goodies that you need. You can find them on their Instagram page, Diamond Club_Canada, or you can find them on the 7 Days of Weed app as well as the Leafy Things app. Let them know that you heard about them through the We Love Hip Hop Network, and they may give you a discount. Big salute to Diamond Club. Cheer! Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. One more ad and then we get to it.
Oh, ready for the road.
Roll Ready Detailing, now open 7 days a week from 8 to 5 p.m. 750 Oakdale Road, Unit 66, specializing in ceramic coating protection with warranty, PPF, tints, wraps, vinyl wraps, and hand car washes. Remember, we clean anything on wheels.
Roll ready, ready for the road. Oh,
All right. All right. All right. Okay. How we looking? Let me see. Let me do a quick check over Hessa. A little bit better. A little bit better. A little bit better. Actually, much better. Much better. Okay. 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 So, a couple of things I want to put you all up on before we get into any of our topics today. Okay. So, trust me. We've been doing this podcasting thing for a while. I love doing interviews, one-on-one interviews, and this is something that I'm still going to continue to do in the times going forward. But I also realize that content is changing. If you keep on doing the same type of content or the same style of interviews, which are starting to get kind of outdated, then it just doesn't help. It doesn't move the algorithm. It doesn't do anything for the artists themselves. So a couple of reformatings that are going to be happening. We have the regular episodes that usually drop on Monday and Thursdays. And this Thursday, we are dropping the interview with Mouraine. Mouraine is an artist from out of Edmonton who's been doing this thing from time. Juno Award nominated, whole bunch of different award nominated artists. But what I'm going to be doing, or what we're going to be doing over here at the network, is giving you guys 2 episodes a week, 2 group episodes a week. All right. Big salute to Dusty Wallace. Big salute to DJ Czar. Big salute to DJ Natural Wave. We're going to be linking up a couple more times a week, also incorporating new hosts into the fold here as we are starting to evolve and build this network here. So you're going to be seeing a couple of new faces, and some of them might be doing the Thursday pod or the pod that drops on Thursday, and some of them might be doing the one that drops on Monday. So look out for a couple of those changes. We'll definitely be giving you more episodes with Honcho Hoodlum. This is part of the reason why I'm doing this a little bit earlier tonight. I'm going to go link up with Honcho at a special location, or, we'll figure out what we're going to do or where we're going to do this. But I'm going to link up with Honcho tonight so that we could drop an episode, hopefully tomorrow, depending on what time we finish it. But moving forward, I'm looking to try to get more episodes in the fold with Honcho Hoodlum as well. So it's still, the structure and everything is still kind of a work in progress as far as when we're going to be doing what, as far as when these changes are going to be being made. Obviously, you're going to be seeing some extra episodes this week, so it's probably going to be a 3 episode, might be 4 episode week, which is I don't know if that's a good idea to put out 4 episodes in 1 week. It might be overkill, but I'm just putting them out as we film them. You feel me? I'll give you guys a little bit of inside baseball. Any content creators out there who have multiple cameras, they don't want to be bogged, and they get bogged down with having to do these edits. Sometimes the rendering for an edit can take forever because you put such a big file in there. You're going and doing the clicking of the back and forth and the close-ups and all that. Get you one of these. Okay, this is not an ad. This is a A10 Mini Pro ISO. There's ones that have like more outputs on it, as far as they got 4 outputs for 4 cameras, but there's ones that have like 8 outputs. And get yourself somebody behind the scenes. Big salute to One Take Jake, who's definitely been a great addition to the team and helping behind the scenes. Let me put this back down here. Yeah, big salute to One Take Jake. He's handling the camera work behind the scenes, making sure everything looks crisp, and doing the switching behind the scenes. And later on, I don't got to do no editing. I might add a little bit of, bells and whistles on top of that shit. But once it's done, it's ready to go. I mix the audios down so that it sounds a little bit beefier, pause, and it's ready to go. This podcasting shit is a serious game. I've been doing this shit for going on 8 years now. A lot of people, they try to talk a lot of shit, but if you're not really ready to put in the dedication that it takes, you really can't chat on my name, man. You know what I'm saying? And this is not at anybody specifically. This is just a fact. You know what I'm saying? This is more than just one podcast. It's a podcast network. So anybody else who has content that you feel that will be engaging and is on a good level of production that you think that can get onto the network, holler at me behind the scenes. I'm always willing to add more shows to the network like what we had once upon a time. There was a space of time when there was like 3 podcasts going on simultaneously on this network. Okay, just a lot of fuck shit happened during those times. So I had to just kind of downsize it just to one. You feel me? But I'm always, it doesn't mean, I don't got PTSD from the shit where I'm not down to do it again. You know what I'm saying? I just choose wisely when it comes to the people that I keep in the cipher. So do with that what you will. Look out for more content for your head top tomorrow. We ain't even talking about real soon. Oh, just now, coming soon in the next 2 weeks. Nah, bro. You're going to start seeing more uploads. Make sure to have your notifications on so you know when we drop, because we're going to be dropping a lot. All right. And I seen somebody in the chat, my bad, before I continue with my topics here. Salute to the Shiesty, buddy said more live streams. I'll try to do more live streams, most definitely. Maybe we could up it to 2 live streams a week. But what I'm also going to be adding to the mix way more is news stories. So single news stories, whether it's what's going on with the El Plaga case that I just dropped a story for the other day, what happened with the passing of or the murder of Scarborough rapper SK, allegedly by his ex-girlfriend or girlfriend, right? Different things like that. Stories sometimes that have nothing to do with hip hop. I'm going to be dropping news stories, maybe 4 times a day. You feel me? And as far as the interviews, thank you, Anthony Young. As far as the interviews, we'll still be doing interviews. Okay. To me, it's not just only, I feel like, my duty, but I enjoy having conversations with Toronto rappers, rappers from outside of Toronto, people who come into Toronto. I enjoy having those conversations. I'll still be having the one-on-one interviews that y'all are used to, but maybe not as many. Anytime that we are going to be doing interviews, we're going to be actually bringing it back to doing the interviews with a group podcast. Okay. So certain artists that are able to make the schedule when we are filming together, I'll just bring them in on the episode. They could chop it up with us. If there's 4 mics, then we got to have 5, and boom, we'll chop it up with the artist, and 4 people will be asking the questions instead of 1. All right. Cal says the vlogs are fire too. Thank you. We'll definitely be giving y'all more vlogs as well. But let me get into a couple of different things here. I want to make sure I'm going to show you guys this Mouraine interview before we get started, or a clip from this Mouraine interview before we get started. And let me do a couple of adjustments. And then I got some shit to address. Let's go to the channel here. Make sure to subscribe if you're not subscribed. Okay, let's go to the member section. And I will be loading up the member section with a lot more content just now too. So look out for that.
We love hip hop.
Mouraine interview dropping just now.
Collaborate with more artists. I'd love to talk. Right? So I kind of made sure I'm always like in the neighborhood or at school. I always go and talk to people. Music. And then hip hop is where I kind of took my language skills from like here to there, you know?
Yeah.
Like, and then, so I started, I don't know if it was like, did I hear, I think it was 50 Cent and, Eminem at the time were popping. So I was like, yo, let me tune in. And I was like, black guy making music. Okay, cool. Lupe Fiasco was also making music. And I'm like, yo, let me like let me try this rap thing out. You know, like I started kind of writing poetry and trying to make it make sense and try to make it work. And yeah, that's just how it came about, right? Because it's so advanced as an art, right? When you sit there and you're writing it out and you're trying to like express yourself. You have to find the word. You gotta find the word to put it in there. You know what I mean? You gotta put the feeling in there. So yeah, it was. Yeah, I used rap. I used rap to learn how to speak the language, man.
Yeah, to get the slang and everything.
Everything.
Yeah. I'm gonna throw a name at you as part of like your hip hop discovery. Okay. Maria Brass.
Oh shit.
Yo, big salute to the homie Mouraine. I seen somebody say, "Take this guy off the screen. I'm sleeping." Rude. Okay, so let's get to it, man. I just had to make some adjustments also behind the scenes, you know what I'm saying? Make sure everything look crisp. Is it crisp? All right. Good. I'm a little bit of a perfectionist when it comes to this shit. But listen, I gotta address this guy that came down here the other day. I really hate to have to do this, man, and drag you guys back into this whole lore again. Okay, there's been some posts that have gone up about me when it comes to this whole thing that happened before. We called it promoter beef. All right, it happened with the guy Tuggawar. Have you guys ever heard of a guy named Tuggawar Slingfoot or Swingfoot? All right, one in the chat if you've ever heard of a guy. He's a rapper from the UK named Tuggawar Swingfoot. 2 in the chat if you've never heard. You don't know who the Underground Nation. I know you know who I'm talking about. You're in the scene. Okay, I got somebody else in here. Rude Boy Scoob says UK Mon. All right, another one in there. From Biggie Gold. This is so annoying, bro. Let's pull it up on the screen here. Let's pull it up. Let's pull up Tugga. Oh, I might not even be able to go onto his page. Okay, I might have to go onto one of his backup pages because I'm blocked.
Warning crew, stop remember.
This is a post from like 2020.
Time I look on picture of me with no top on, like you watch man with passion. But me a cracking pussy only.
I can't even say it. I'm not even patois. I can't even speak patois like him. The white man speak better patois than me.
Bright. Only ganja war God like. You're the one who don't want to answer me like you're paranoid off a white. And I send your little bitch juvenile figure fight. Pussy or style or drink y'all come like Milo. Don't call my phone, I don't fucking like you. Anyway, me sight you, gunshot I light you. Stylo, toilet, paper, freak. Big pussy, oh, stop, hide and seek. War God, never smoke crack, but pussy you eat.
I don't know about that there, broski.
Lisa, tell me you do it. When me a bust my gun,
you know rappers be capping and they rap about never smoke crack. Stop it. Fibber. Anyhow, so I don't know how I got wrapped up in a beef with this gentleman right here. I want to say salute to Price the Boss. Also, I want to say salute. I'm going to put all my salutes out, okay? We're going to do a compliment sandwich over here. Big salute to Price the Boss. He got the still tipping that's going on right now. There was the show that happened not too long ago with Tuggawar Swingfoot. All right, here's them here in the studio. Big salute to man like Snoopy. Then they're cooking up. But it all started with this whole beef between Freddie Fame and Tuggawar. I've gotten a little bit more information from behind the scenes.
Oh, God. Turn up.
And this is the show that went down in Toronto.
Big 24th Dynasty. See me, I said 25th Dynasty. One more up. The Nana swagger, the Nana style. Outside today in Toronto. Tida. Sick Clark to them. Know them are rampant. I go on like them are bad people. Hang.
Nah, serving our food.
So good, because I didn't get to go to the show. To be honest, it wasn't like I was planning to go to the show. I don't know who the fuck this nigga is, bro, or this white guy is here, man. I'm sorry, man. But did any of y'all get to go to the show? Underground Nation, did you go to the show? Because I know you be outside everywhere. Let me know, bro, if you went to the show. If you went to the show, I'm gonna hit you with a link just now too, bro. Here's the thing. I jumped into the comments of a post that was made by the brother Price the Boss. And for some reason, I got myself into the middle of this whole promoter beef, promoter war. Okay. I guess people got offended at what I was saying about everybody arguing over something that was bringing in probably less than $1,000. And I don't know, bro. I'm not in the man's pockets. Okay. I don't know how much money they made off of the show. I don't know how much money that it costs to bring Tuggawar, Slingfoot, Tug-a-Week, whatever the fuck his name is. I don't know how much it costs. I would imagine it probably costs like $2,500 to bring him down, which is not bad. You know what I'm saying? But plus the flight, plus room and board. I don't know. But I do understand this. I know that these guys spent money that they didn't make back. That's all I'm saying. All right. I'm not doing it to belittle the man them, to diss them, anything like that. But just from experience of knowing how these things go, if these guys did have to spend any money on this, they're probably going to lose money on this. Okay. Venue cost, all of that type shit. You know what I'm saying? But what ended up happening is I got this post over here from Price the Boss. Price the Boss, he at Prince Media and he says, "Say it ain't so low," and with the laughing emoji next to it. I mean, since they're running with whatever for the clicks, let's go. But you gotta wait. I gotta take my time with this one. Oh, bro, he about to dissect the shit. Way hotter than the hashtag promoter beef over $100. May as well be first week of November, hashtag polo. So I don't know if they got something cooking up for the first week of November, but I'm here now, nigga. Okay, I'm here now. All right. We don't have to do some product launch or whatever. I'm going to respond to the 1st of November. No, nigga, I'm here now with no smoke for you. But your homie Swingfoot, Tug-a-Week, he jumped in the comments. I'm sorry, gang. I wish I could show you guys the comments, but as you know, he said, "Yo, I don't know what these guys are talking about with their lies. They like to run with their lies like usual." And Ray Tay. Let me show you something, my nigga. Okay, because I know you might be over there in the UK. You got to get acquainted with the mandem, and everything was cool. I'm sure they showed you a lot of hospitality, all that shit. All right. Nigga, I contacted whoever who was in charge of rolling around with you to say that, you know, if he wants to pull up and do a podcast episode, sure. Man's them contacted me behind the scenes, said, "Yo, he's ready to do an episode." I said, whenever he's ready, sure. But guess what? I was impressed because guess what? Nobody gives a fuck about who Tuggawar is. Holy shit, bro. A nigga actually, and I'll tell you some BTS shit. Somebody hit me up from behind the scenes about a week and a half before this nigga got here and offered me money to interview that nigga. Holy shit. I was like, who's that? I had to go look him up. The nigga is like, "Yo, he's going to be here in a few weeks. He's the hottest guy out of the UK. Oh, my God, you don't know. He does the swing foot. He does that thing there. Whoa. Oh." I'm like, all right, bro. So he's a dancer. No, bro, he's a rapper, bro. He's so sick. I said, all right, bro. I want to be there on the interview too, bro. So, you know, you can come down to the hotel, to the Airbnb, whatever it is. Yo, you know what I'm saying? I said, $5. And we make it happen. Never happened. So I went about my business. Carol says, Friday, you dodged the Mesquite Ute. I don't know what I dodged, bro. All I know is just like the way that these guys made a big deal about him in comparison to the amount of deal that he actually is. Niggas don't give a fuck about Tuggawar. No, you know what? I don't. I interviewed K Coke. You think I give a fuck about Tuggawar? Come on, B. Let's go, man. So when he had his little comments over there, oh, I just noticed, so I put on the screen right there. Price, the boss, has entered the chat. Listen, Price, this is not a diss or a hit piece on you. It's on your mans, bro. He's not that important. I had to let him know, stay the fuck out of Toronto business, my youth. All right, so let's go over to my Twitter because he blocked me on Instagram, so I had to go on Twitter, man. You know what I'm saying? The petty part of my brain, I couldn't let it go. I was like, damn, the nigga blocked me, bro. I wasn't done getting my shit off, man. Damn. And the worst part about it, when I clip this into a segment, I can't even put Tuggawar's name in the segment because I don't even think that people will give a shit if I put Friday goes at UK artist Tuggawar. They'll be like, who? You know what I'm saying? Anybody from outside of the Toronto algorithm as well as inside the Toronto algorithm will be like, who? So, I don't know. Maybe you guys can help me with a title. You know, help me with a working title for when I make a segment for this, okay? You know, maybe somewhere along the line of washed UK rapper thought he can talk slick on Toronto podcaster. I don't know. UK rapper that nobody cares about talks crazy about about washed Toronto rapper. You could even call me washed in there. All right, it's a title in progress. You all let me know, okay? Prince B said, "Oh man, we still talking about this? You're here. You made it." Of course, we're still talking about this. So I said, yo, Tuggawar, mind your business. Keep your mouth out of Toronto things. No one went to your show out here and you washed. Rock out of here. I think I did give him another one. Is there only the one? Yeah. I'm like, oh, no, this is the one I did before this. All right. Who's this you talking to? You came to Toronto all the way from the UK to perform to less people than we can put in a venue for a live podcast. I need therapy, bro. I'm sorry, bro. I'm gonna work on myself, man. Okay? Because like lately, I don't know if it's like the Reddit or just the way that people get at me sometimes. I just take low blows, man. It be true, but I be taking low blows. Pause. So I'm gonna stop, man. All right, because I don't know. I'm just saying. I could go do a podcast episodes. We've done podcast episodes in the past, and they probably had more people in the audience. But that's just besides the point. I'm not gonna do that to you, Tuggawar. I care about the people over here in my city. I don't give a fuck about you, Brixton, London, wherever the fuck you from. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's all, bro. Okay. What I will say, and big salute to the people who are in the chat right now, and I'm glad you guys are here to hear this. Yes, I feel that you guys have been wronged in the situation. I had a great conversation with the gentleman right here, Prince Beats, behind the scenes. And from my understanding, everything was set up for this gentleman, Tuggawar, to come down here and do his show. The rug was pulled on him. And these guys, because the rug was pulled on him, and these guys being Prince Beats, Price the Boss, the whole squad, they picked up the slack and made sure that he had Toronto hospitality, made sure that he was good when he was out here, because the rug was pulled on him. There was a lot of promises that was made to him before he was supposed to come here. And apparently these promises were made by Freddie Fame, and shit went left. Okay? So when it comes to me saying you guys are arguing about less than $100 and everything like that, I apologize. Okay? Man, I'm a big man. I can do things like that. I apologize. Good evening, Tasha Latina. Welcome to the chat. I apologize, all right? Because I'm not trying to make you guys look in any type of way when it comes to the business that you guys are conducting. I'm sure the man them make way more than that when it comes to doing whatever y'all do, when it comes to media, when it comes to shows, when it comes to whatever y'all do. You know what I'm saying? But I also understand that sometimes we take L's doing this shit, as somebody who has taken multiple L's doing this shit. But it's still fuck you, Tuggawar. All right, bro? Eat a dick. I'm not coming out to still tipping. Respectfully, Prince Beats. Y'all niggas trying to get me set up, bro. Don't do that. I can't come out to those events, bro. Because you got little niggas like, and I'll just say this in closing, because this evolved into something really ugly, where certain like failure ass rappers tried to jump into comments on the next post that Price the Boss had posted. And I'm not gonna post, I could post the post on the screen, big salute to Price, but I am not going to post the comments because I'm not gonna get the right. I'm not gonna post said comments on the screen, but I will say this about that artist. And if you guys want to go find out who he is, I'm not going to hold you guys hostage as far as explaining to you who this failure ass rapper is. But I will say this. The reason that this guy is so mad at me, and if you guys want to go check to see what the comments are, hold on, let me make sure. I didn't even change the screen. Let me change the screen. My bad. If you guys want to go check the comments, y'all can go check them yourselves. Feel free. Okay. The reason that this guy is so butthurt in the first place, pause, is because I said not yet to an interview. Okay? Let's be transparent. Like I'm always in with you guys. I love being transparent with the audience, because when I'm transparent with you guys, it shows I'm not just some kind of evil bad guy that's out here trying to be some kind of gatekeeper on the game. Trust me, I am no gatekeeper on no game. Okay? There's no gate on the internet. And I've said this when it came to us on the way up. You can't put a gate on the internet. So if anybody feels that Friday Ricky Dread is some kind of gatekeeper to your success, you're stupid. You're dumb. Okay? The internet exists. There's places that you can go do an interview with you and your homie by yourself in your crib, and if you get the right clips, you'll go viral. Okay? And I'm saying that as an indictment even on our network. You don't need us to blow up, bro. The internet has no gate. You don't even need Drake. The internet has no gate. But I say, you know what? Not yet. You know, you only got like 1,200 followers. I think maybe 1,800 followers. Not yet. Build the following, or build the following up a little bit. Keep being more consistent with the music, and we'll tap in when the timing is right. Oh, this guy's trying to sun me. Oh, who are you talking to? Mana Budman. Like, bro, I don't know if you never got enough hugs when you were a kid, my youth, but that shit is feminine as fuck. Like, as if somebody he's never heard the word no. Let me tell you something, my boy. And I'm not going to give you any light in this shit. You don't deserve it because you're an asshole. If you want to be in this music industry, in this entertainment industry, you're going to have to thicken your skin and learn to accept no. Okay? And I didn't even say no. I said not yet. But you're going to have to learn to accept no's. Because most people, when they make it, they go through about 100 no's before they get a yes. And if you can't handle those 100 no's, then go the fuck back to the block, bro. Niggas don't care about your feelings, bro. Okay? This game is for the people who have strong stomachs, who are willing to accept criticism, who are willing to accept no's, who are willing to accept not yet. Work on your shit. When I was an artist and I gave my demo to DJ X, big salute to DJ X, who I've had on the podcast. That's my homie. I gave my demo to him, and then when I bucked him a few days later, I said, "Yo, what did you think of it?" He said, "It was all right. It wasn't anything ground moving." Crushed. My feelings were hurt. But did I say, "What pussy? What are you talking about? Who you talking? Yo, man, bad man, dog. What are you talking about? Yo, that shit is just all right." Nah, bro. I accepted the criticism. I, swallowed that. Right? I went on my business. I worked on my craft. And later on, we worked together. I got beats produced by him and Snaz, went to his studio and had great old conversations with him after the fact. But if at that time and place, when DJ X told me, this shit is just all right, it's nothing ground moving, I spazzed out like the way this little goofy is spazzing out. You know what? My bad. Let me take that back. I don't even want to call you a goofy because I know niggas is sensitive. All right? But the way this little twerp is spazzing out, I would have never been able to build a relationship I built with DJ X over the years. And then full circle, when I have a successful podcast, be able to bring him back on the podcast. Okay? If I was acting like a little emotional bitch. So that's all I got on this, man. All right? All haters addressed. As far as when it comes to like the GTV network and Relentless Diaries and everything that we talked about last week, like I said in the beginning, more format or reformatting. We're going to be doing another episode this week. We'll talk about that then. Let's move on. Anywho. I wanted to talk about this Blue Jays Dodgers thing real quick, this World Series game that's coming up, because I feel like the internet has been interneting so crazy. Right? Hold on. Hold on. No, I won't take the left yet, man. I'm sorry. I won't take the hard pivot yet. Let me address the comments, and then we'll take the pivot. I just went on rant mode, and then just try to just pivot. I'm sorry, gang. I'm sorry. Let me see what y'all saying. Y'all good, man? We good? We good? We good? It was all fun and games when Drake was stunting on Meek. I don't know what that got to do with shit, but hey, I'm down. Michael Official says it all happens in Canada. Is going on. This is all Drake stuff. What y'all think about the battle? Where's Vegas? Vegas, you in here? Salute to DJ Las Vegas, man. I don't know if y'all be noticing, I never be having no smoke for Vegas. Even though sometimes Vegas say some slick shit, I don't be having no smoke for Vegas. Because I know I can see where he's coming from. Like, he just really doesn't care, bro. Just watching this guy just fumble connections, get in his little emotional bag, which I completely understand what his little emotional bag is because I dealt with it when he was working for me. You know what I'm saying? And just say, you know what, bro, I'm here to support you, bro. Whatever you do. You're a real friend, bro. I fuck with you, bro. That's why you're a good guy, bro. You're a real friend, bro. Carrying a dead weight. Carol says GTV network probably interviewing Tuggawar right now. Nah, he's gone. He's back in the UK. He's back in the UK smoking that good old UK crack. There you are. What if you did? Good. I would like to see a Tuggawar interview with a Toronto platform. Okay, so and this is why I brought you guys up the other day, and I'm not going to get into it, but this is why I brought y'all up the other day because I want y'all to be getting more views. I want to check. I checked. Y'all niggas, the views went up since we had our little beef. I checked. Okay, I'm moving on. I'm going to stop being an asshole. Okay, let's get to this whole Blue Jays versus LA Dodgers debacle, because y'all niggas don't know how to just enjoy sports, bro. I don't even fuck with baseball like that anymore, and I could just take it for what it is. The Blue Jays did their thing. They had a great year. They had a great season, winning season, obviously, in the numbers. They weren't a wild card to be able to win the ALC. You know what I'm saying? And the Dodgers have obviously been a dominant team. And this is for somebody who's just like a fair weather look at the highlights here and there on the TV type shit. All right. But somehow, some way, y'all try to morph this whole thing into, oh, this is probably round 2. Let me show y'all something. Drake and Kendrick have no power and no way to be able to figure out the outcome of what's happening with Major League Baseball games. All right. So I don't know, for people who are trying to be like, yo, we got it. Finally. Like, no, we got 2 baseball teams that probably don't give a shit about the battle who are going to be going head to head. Right. And this is courtesy of Hal and courtesy of Keeps It Solid. Salute to Keeps It Solid. It says, stop comparing the Raptors ambassador who brings 5% and over $6 million a year to Toronto's economy to that little guy. Drake is a global asset, and the other dude is just a storyline. Oh my God. Who's this Hal guy, bro? I'm not gonna do the slurping motions and all that other wild shit that they be doing on those other podcasts, but Jesus Christ, bro. Like, way to make it like, yo, Hal, Drake ain't gonna let you hit, nigga. All right. I don't know if that's what you're trying, what your objective is, or what your goal is. All right. He don't swing that way. He ain't gonna let you hit, bro. He ain't gonna invite you to the freaking embassy, my nigga. Like, this level of slurpage is just out of control, bro. And I fuck with Drake, but it's about the baseball teams. Nobody, like, I guess I can't say nobody gives a shit about the battle. Like, everybody's done try to make it into the, oh, see, here we go. Right? Ty Rock and Roller says, hashtag no slurp. For real, bro. Like, bro, don't even compare those two. It's Drake and Kendrick. He brings 600 million and the other guy doesn't do any. Like, bro, you know what's the problem with some of these Drake glazers? They make Drake look bad, okay? Because they glaze him so crazy, they don't even do any research on the other side. This nigga's probably brings a crazy amount of money to California, and then you got me. You make me have to do shit like defend the nigga, bro. I don't even care that much, and I gotta probably say he probably does a whole bunch of outreach work for Compton and a bunch of shit, bro, that doesn't go on camera. But like, y'all niggas just always gotta make it into, oh my God, how could you compare the two? Let me go on Glasses' page, because Glasses always finds a way to put this into a meme. Holy.
Courthouse, this is Peter Boss for Ebony TV. The state of hip-hop versus the...
This is, hold on. Where did that finger pointing come from? Oh,
and all the bills crippin' in my cash box.
I'm gonna get a copyright for my homie Glasses here. Hold on. Let's find some shit here. Oh, he's onto his Vlad shit because he's got an ongoing or a rehashed issue that's going on with Vlad. What's this? Oh. There was one point in time where Glasses was posting some of the wildest, like, OVO owl memes, like these kind of dead owls, all these kind of AI dead owls. There we go. Here's one right here. What's this? Need a Kendrick Lamar performance before a game. This World Series at Dodger Stadium is more than ever now. Get out of here, bro. Like, the Dodgers ain't even thinking about this nigga, bro. Not to say that they don't care, like, oh, Kendrick Lamar, bro, they're not thinking about him or Drake. They're thinking about, yo, how are we going to win this game? Not like, oh my God, what about the implications about the battle? Look at this. How did they even make this? Is this AI or is this a real picture? Waiting for Not Like Us song to promo World Series from LA Dodgers socials. At first I was saying it's the lawsuit. It's the lawsuit that has prolonged this battle. And this is not just only Glasses, there's other people. I don't want to just raw dog Twitter. 1 second. Let me do a quick Twitter search here. You can't just be raw dogging Twitter on a live stream. Look. I'll show you this before I switch screens. Look at this. Look ahead of J3. This is where I got the thumbnail from. This nigga. This nigga's obsessed. This guy said, oh shit. Dodge. As soon as Toronto won the ALC, this nigga went to Grok or ChatGPT or whatever that he got going on at the crib. And he said, hold on, cuz. Or hold on, blood. I got this. Make Kendrick Lamar in a Dodgers and make the Drake in the Blue Jays. Holy shit, man. Maybe this is why they call me disloyal, because I'm not riding this hard, bro. I can't ride this hard for even if I'm from the same city, bro. You know what I'm saying? If I gotta call out some shit, I gotta call it out. But I guess if I had this type of loyalty, bro, I guess I get to go on tour. One thing I did want to show you guys when it comes to this whole tickets or this whole Blue Jays and Dodgers game, the ticket sales. I don't know if you guys seen the stuff about the ticket sales, bro. They are gouging the hell out of people right now with these tickets. Hold on, let me see if I could pull up a couple of news stories, because I was watching something earlier and I was like, damn, bro. You guys y'all ain't right. Hold on. This is the page I was looking at. Hold on. Yeah.
And it was a test of patience and will to get tickets. Tickets to the World Series went on sale this morning, in fact. Selling out, as you can imagine, almost immediately. Nicole DiDonato joins us live from Nathan Phillips Square. So, Nicole, I don't know if you got tickets. I tried a few $1,000s when I went out for it. So, but speaking of Nathan Phillips Square, there's a special event happening there throughout the World Series. Tell us more.
Yeah, that's right. And to answer your question, no, I unfortunately did not score tickets to the World Series. I know many people tried. They are, of course, the hottest ticket in town, with many fans saying it is a bucket list experience. But not to worry for those who did not score them. The city of Toronto is hosting free watch parties right here at Nathan Phillips Square. There will be a large TV screen, a DJ, even some Blue Jays trivia for prizes between innings. So lots of
idioting. Hold on. There's a better one. There's a better one. Let me go to the one I was watching earlier. Was it this one? Oh yeah, it was this one.
In town, but many fans are finding out that getting a chance to see the World Series in person is pretty much out of reach.
CTV's Scott Hurst joins us live from the studio across the hall with more on ticket sales and the scams Blue Jays fans are facing. Good morning, Scott. So we know that the first round of tickets sold out in under an hour. What have fans been saying about trying to get these coveted tickets?
Good morning, Nick and Jen. So much excitement, of course, just so much excitement. There hasn't been a World Series game played in Toronto, played north of the border in more than 30 years. We all know that. That sets the stage for the immense demand, and all that excitement quickly turned to a whole lot of disappointment for so many fans who were looking to get those tickets as they were released officially at 10 a.m. yesterday, and they were all quickly snapped up, selling out in well under an hour. Merchandise there, as you see, also in hot demand. At one point, fans were showing a wait list online for tickets, well over 200,000. Of course, the lucky ones got through and were able to snag tickets in the hundreds of dollars, but with so much demand, prices on then the resale market quickly skyrocketed. Now, quicksand this morning on secondary sites, and there's nothing that will get you a seat for less than $1,000. The cheapest
Jeez.
selling for typically $1,400, $1,500, upwards of $6,000, $7,000, $10,000 to $15,000. I even saw a pair this morning, just a couple rows back from the field, $20,000 each.
Oh my God. $20,000. Ooh. I gotta start a poll here. Because I know that even in LA, it's probably even more expensive. Oh my God. $20,000 for a freaking World Series ticket. Would you pay, let's see, $20K? You know what? Let's lower it. Let's do $10K. Would you pay $10K for a World Series ticket? All right, let's ask that. Especially it's the Blue Jays. And listen, my apologies on the video I made earlier this week. All right, everybody was ready to bite my head off. They were like, I said, yo, the Blue Jays, they didn't go to the World Series in like 20 years or something. Niggas is like, shut up, Friday, you dumb old head, you freaking senile loser. It was 30 years. It's 1993. Like, nigga, I knew it was 93, 94. It was the back-to-back or whatever. I said 20 instead of 30. My bad.
Now, there's still a potential for standing room tickets to be released at certain times. However, that does require a text message code. And as you might expect, those will likely go incredibly fast as well.
Yeah, they'll be snapped up fast. I mean, there's only so many, tickets in the outfield district available, and based on demand yesterday, Scott, for sure. So here's the problem when you've got this kind of demand, this kind of enthusiasm and excitement. There's also scammers always looking to make a buck. So what can fans look out for to protect themselves in these circumstances?
Yeah, of course, a red flag often in these instances is a price that is too good to be true. So, of course, be careful if you see tickets, particularly on social media, with a price that might be well below what you're seeing. Of course, we're all looking for the best price. We're all looking for deals, but that is common red flag when it comes to potential fraudulent tickets when there is so much demand. Of course, as you guys remember,
there was another news story. I wonder if they've already posted this up on CP2 for. Let's go up on their page quick fast, and then we're gonna go check what's going on in LA. Yeah, they didn't post about the Blue Jay stuff yet. Because CP24, they had posted something about how Doug Ford, he got kind of cheesed. He's like, oh, you guys are gouging. This is wild. I wonder if they have any post about this yet. Doug Ford, Blue Jays. Let's do that. What he got to say about this, about the ticket gouging. There's fans pouring into the streets. Is this the one? No, that's the one, not the one we just saw. Maybe it's in this one.
Tickets for Game 1 of the World Series.
We were lucky enough, we'd just come to Toronto today to check out if anything was going on. And we just came as they were restocking, so we were able to just grab it and go.
Perfect. Okay. Then hopefully if all goes.
Anyhow, let me go check out what's going on with these LA Dodgers tickets. LA Dodgers tickets. Let's see if there's if they're gouging people over there. 2025 LA Dodgers predictions. I don't care about predictions. Let's do ticket prices. Let's see, and then we'll move on to like actual hip hop shit. Nope. It'll be an expensive October for Dodgers fans. What's this about? Let's see what's going on here.
Now, we still don't know who they're going to go up against, but they are one step closer now to the World Series. McCall Medina talked to fans today who are trying to prepare for what could be an expensive October.
If you're like me, a Dodger fan, you certainly relish a World Series from the Dodgers. I got my patch here on my jersey, but you don't relish paying that credit card bill after that game.
It is tough. It is tough.
Jose Lara knows what I'm talking about. He shelled out good money for last night's game.
I'm not mad. As long as we keep winning, I don't care.
Yeah, those tickets are expensive. I mean, they're expensive for a reason.
Paula Cahuenga, a lifelong Dodger fan, all dressed in pink today. She was actually giving birth to her daughter during the last World Series.
She was born during the World Series, and we were watching it in the hospital.
Last year?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So we were in the hospital watching the parade, and she's a Dodger fan for life.
She won't be shelling out the big bucks this year if the Dodgers go again.
We'll be watching it on TV comfortably on our couches.
So what could be the average cost if the Dodgers go to another World Series? Well, check out this. We found a ticket from the 1960s on eBay at $1.50. That's for a regular season game. But in
$1.50 back in the days, that's crazy.
1963, when the Dodgers played the Yankees in the World Series, the price for a World Series ticket then, just about $12 and $2 for a bleacher seat. Jump 50 years to 2015, the Mets-Royals series, the average resale ticket there about $1,437.
That's not so bad.
Last year on StubHub, the cheapest ticket for the World Series, only about $413, while the most expensive about $2,100. So
that's not so bad, yo. Where are they getting this $21,000, bro? Holy shit.
Called the vice president of ticket sales for the Dodgers.
We've seen tickets, as low as probably $100 or so to get in for some of the games.
He says getting tickets early is key to get the best prices at any game in the postseason.
We always tell people to sign up for all of our communications that we have on Dodgers.com. So that way you're tied in, you're ready to go as soon as an email gets sent out in regards to things being on sale.
There's still plenty of time to get tickets for this next series, which shouldn't be as expensive as a World Series. Cross your fingers. Game 1 and 2 is set for Monday and Tuesday. Game 3 and 4 is Thursday and
Okay. So I don't know. They're not giving me any ticket prices for what's going on with the Dodgers right now, or not that I can find, or not that I feel like looking for right now. Let's be more honest with it. Not that I feel like looking for. Yeah. But listen, salute to everybody who's going out to any of these games right now. All right. I seen one person on the news saying, bro, I'd rather pay my mortgage. Or no, he said, I'd rather buy a car. I'd rather buy an automobile than pay for a World Series ticket right now. I feel you, broski. Like that's kind of insane. $10,000 to go to a baseball game. And I don't know, just for me as somebody who stopped really following sports as heavily back in the days. I used to be a crazy sports fan, but at some point in time I said to myself, why am I staying up right now? And this is probably a baseball game I was watching. Why am I staying up right now to watch on innings inning 12, an extra inning game, and it's like friggin' 1 o'clock in the morning? All you guys are rich. You're all millionaires. I think I should be okay. I can go to bed and find out the outcome in the morning. And from there, I just snapped out of it. Prior to that, I was like locked in. I'm used to pick up, the actual newspaper, check out the stats of the games that I couldn't see. But then somewhere along, just that night, I was just like, wait, I ain't getting paid to stay up and watch y'all niggas, bro. Pause. Like, turn the TV off. And I just stopped being a big sports fan after that. But yeah, salute to all your people who are going out there and, spending your hard-earned money. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to react to something quick, fast. Big salute to Child Support, a.k.a. Six Tails. They just dropped a new video about the youngest serial killer in Toronto, or youngest serial killer in Canada, to be honest. I didn't know that this person existed, okay? And salute to them once again, because I did a documentary on Mark Moore, a.k.a. Presidente, and I think I called it Toronto's first serial killer or something like that. When it comes to him, he had 4 bodies that he was accused of or convicted of, to be honest, right? And, I guess I don't have to explain to you guys what deems somebody a serial killer, right? Like, we're all clear on what that means, right? When you're a serial killer, is you have to have 2 or more bodies in a space of time. They have to be split out in a space of time. It can't just be in one sitting. So you kill somebody 1 week, and then a week later you kill somebody else, and then let's say 2-3 weeks later you unalive somebody else. Then bada boom, you're a serial killer. So let me just pull up this video right here because I was waiting to actually, and this is one of the rare times that I didn't watch the video before watching with you guys. So I hope he hasn't monetized because jeez, it's not a really long video. It's only like 22 minutes. I'm gonna decide whether we're gonna skim through or we're just gonna go all the way through and react. But it's called Tales of Toronto, the crazy story of Jackboy Tory. Let's get into it.
3 separate shootings from last night, which they believe are related. They left 1 teen sent to hospital and 2 men dead.
Oh, it's 2 of them. What the fam?
Jesus. Oh my God. Broski. Whoa. Yo, are you monetized, bro? Oh, shit. Michael Official said, I seen that, but I'm not watching, and I'm disappointed of our country and that people, this is what we, how did you write this? This is what we do not want to see, and I do not support it. I hear you, bro. Shit is crazy. I feel like I need to fast forward this part. Holy shit, man. Intro's too hot, bro.
Toronto's streets have seen violence before, but few names struck fear like Jackboy Tory. By the age of 19, he'd been tied to multiple armed robberies, kidnappings, and 4 separate murders. Police launched one of the city's most intense manhunts to stop him, but
I do remember him now.
Behind the headline,
affiliations, Sparrowways, and 3L.
There are deeper questions. How does a kid left behind in community housing transform into one of the most feared names in the screw-face capital? It all begins here. At the intersection of Leslie and Finch sits a Toronto community housing complex known as Sparrowways.
Low-key, I did not know that. For somebody who's living in Toronto for how many years, I didn't know that there was a hood over there.
Don't get it twisted. This isn't just regular
Or a
housing.
block.
It's a block riddled with street politics and bullets. Different hoods across Toronto have their own cliques and alliances, and Sparrowways is no different. Their closest ties run with the Driftwood Crips, based out of Jane and Finch, and Maze Block, a violent set from the Jane and Shepherd neighborhood. On the other side were their rivals, the Connection Young Bloods and OKG, both blood-affiliated crews holding down the south side of Jane and Finch. In a city already divided by blocks and borders.
Wait a minute. Leslie is friggin' on the east side of Finch, right? For the people who might not know the geography over here in Toronto, Finch is something that runs east to west. Okay, you know, this is north and south. Look at it like this, all right? North and south, east to west. All right, so Finch, Shepherd, what's the next one? Lawrence, as far as like major intersections that run pretty much across the city from the west end all the way to the east end. So Finch, obviously there's the Jane and Finch that everybody knows about. That's all the way in the west end. But is there another Leslie that I'm not aware of that's closer to the east end? Because Finch and Leslie is all the way over on the other side of Finch. That's crazy.
These alliances and rivalries would set the stage for some of the deadliest conflicts Toronto had ever seen. For a lot of kids from Sparrowways, ripping the block wasn't even a choice, it was survival. You either moved with your people or risked being a target. For Jackboy Tory, this wasn't just home, this was where his whole identity got shaped.
You know what? Let me shut the fuck up, and I will, and let the video run. I do know this area because I used to live around the area close to like Shepherd near Fairview Mall, and there is a block up there by Finch. My bad.
From early on, life wasn't stable. At just 11, Tory's mom got deported back to Guyana, leaving him and his 5 siblings behind in a small community housing unit. His oldest sister, barely grown herself, had to play mom while trying to hold the family together. Money and food were tight, and options were slim. As a young teenager, Tory later admitted that he and his little brother would steal from lockers at their local YMCA and Good Life just to scrape together money for food and clothes.
Well, that's what would happen. That would happen when they deport your mother. Like, calm the fuck on, bro. And I don't know what his mom did. Maybe she did a crime and they deported her for a crime. But like, holy shit, man! You deport a mother back to Jamaica who has 5 kids, and what, you just leave the youth them in Canada, and then you wonder what happens when one of the kids go left. All right.
On top of that, tragedy hit close. His older brother Jaleel came home from jail only to die a week later. A loss that,
case in point,
that pushed the family even deeper into struggle. By the time Tory hit his teens, the small hustles weren't enough. Soon enough, the thefts turned into stick-ups. Massage parlors became the main target, spots with cash flow, where the workers usually stayed quiet because of the type of illicit business they were running. That's where Tory linked up with Jago Anderson, an older teen with a different kind of presence. Anderson wasn't sloppy, he was calculated, always armed, always thinking.
This guy was always armed, always thinking. This is why I don't fuck with y'all YNs, bro. I'm staying away from y'all. Not that I'm going to walk across the street on some scary nigga shit, but like, y'all, this is the guy who keeps everything,
2 steps ahead. With him, Tory graduated from being a broke kid stealing sneakers to a stick-up kid moving with real firepower.
With him,
with a different kind of.
This is who he graduated, bro. I ain't saying shit, bro. I'm just leaving it. I'm just gonna leave it. I'm gonna leave it. I'm not saying nothing.
Presence. Anderson wasn't sloppy. He was calculated, always armed, always thinking 2 steps ahead. With him, Tory graduated from being a broke kid stealing sneakers to a stick-up kid moving with real firepower. The tough guy persona wasn't just in the streets either. An audio clip once surfaced of him slapping someone for what he claimed was disrespect, a moment that fed into his growing rep.
Folks, I'm with you. That's any time to me that I'm up, bro. Real shit. Don't ever try to get the
when I hear these guys' voices, it's like, and this is with all due respect, the puberty just hit. Like, I can still hear like the highness in the man's voice. Like, they didn't even really drop yet, and mans are going crazy on some demon shit.
He even popped up in the music video for like a movie by Rones and J Stain, rocking a Burberry shirt and black ski mask, hitting some questionable dance moves that still made it clear he wanted to be seen. For Tory, every move was another step deeper into a life that would eventually bring him face to face with 4 separate murder charges by the age of 19. But the streets talk, and in Toronto, once your name gets tied to robberies and murders, you don't stay under the radar for long. Cops start watching, and the street politics only get deeper.
I gotta say, the way that this guy goes from transition from story to story, goated. Let me read this here. The following is detailed timeline of Jackboy Tory's alleged crimes from the first incident that drew police attention through each robbery, shooting, and arrest.
Throughout 2018, Tory and Jago Anderson robbed at least 20 various businesses, many of them spas. The duo targeted massage spas because they were high-cash businesses that often avoided calling the police. Many of these spas operated in a semi-private and formal way, sometimes offering illegal sexual services, which made them less likely to report robberies. That meant quick money with a lower chance of getting caught, which made them appealing targets for teens trying to make fast cash.
Hello, I called 911 right now. I called 911, okay? I called 911.
Tory's role was...
Yo, that's a mod thing, bro. You can hear the Asian lady and I call that... sorry, I'm not going to mimic your accent. My bad. But she's like, I'm going to call 911. You can't do shit, bro. They're going to find out what you got behind that door, too.
Clear. Hold the gun. Threaten anyone in the way. And watch the door while Anderson grabbed the cash. They used encrypted BlackBerry messages to plan each job. On September 9th, 2018, their criminal hustle was caught clearly on camera. At a spa on Lakeshore Boulevard West, Anderson and Tory stormed inside, robbing the business at gunpoint. Victims later described their clothing and appearance, descriptions that matched the young men almost exactly. It was a sign of things to come. Just days later, on September 14th, 2018, the violence escalated far beyond spa robberies. 16-year-old Elijah Aziever was standing near his home at 126 Bellamy Road in Scarborough. A neighbor remembered letting him charge his phone just before he stepped outside, making plans to meet someone. Minutes later, the peace of the neighborhood shattered, gunfire rang out. Aziever was struck and killed, a teenager gunned down in front of his own community. Surveillance captured the killers speeding off in a dark Infiniti SUV, later revealed to be leased to Jago Anderson's mother. The Crown.
Oh, nigga. You did a drill in a car leased to your mom, Dukes? I don't want to disrespect the man them because they're going to shoot my face off, but you're dumb as fuck, bro.
Crown argued Anderson was behind the wheel, while Tory was one of the two shooters who pulled the trigger. But the night wasn't over. Court documents later revealed that, in the aftermath...
I'm sorry, bro. You don't love your moms, bro. This is why niggas get mad at me, bro, because I say wild shit like that. You don't love your moms, bro. How you going to put a car that you're going to go do a drill in your mom's name? Like, in your mom's name, bro? You love that woman who gave you life, nigga?
After Aziever's murder, Tory texted his girlfriend asking for the address of a Scarborough house party. She sent him the location, 30 Alder Road. By 11 p.m., Tory was there, and once again, shots rang out. Neighbors' surveillance cameras captured the chaos as he allegedly fired a handgun into a crowd of people leaving the party.
Jamming me, dog? Jamming me? What?
Are you stupid? Are you fucking stupid? You're gonna come to my party and jam my man? Are you dumb? Are you stupid? I'm watching this shit. Why you guys coming to my party?
Oh my God!
And a separate shooting that occurred at Ross Lord Park earlier that same night. Hold
on, let me rewind a bit. Holy shit, man.
Bellamy Road killing and a forensic testing later tied.
I'm gonna have to take all this shit out the video later, but let me say, yo, these guys have no regard for human life. You know what I'm saying? So the way these guys are beefing with other people that they're involved with, imagine how they would feel or what they would do to somebody like y'all who they don't give a shit about, don't know y'all from a can of paint, bro. Come on, bro. These niggas have no regard for human life.
Those shell casings to both the Bellamy Road killing and a separate shooting that occurred at Ross Lord Park earlier that same night. It was a chilling chain of evidence, each bullet linking Jackboy Tory to more crimes. Fast forward a few days and things were about to spiral even further. On September 18th, 2018, Tory and Anderson robbed With Me Beauty Spa, located on Shepherd Avenue East in Scarborough. They stole money and a victim's iPhone. Caught again on surveillance, Anderson wore a red t-shirt and Raptors cap, Tory a dark hoodie and striped pants. An RCMP officer who was in the area on an unrelated matter saw the two men leave the area in a dark blue Infiniti SUV. Minutes later, they...
Yeah, right. You were on the way over there to go get yourself a little rub and tug too, bro. Stop the lies, Bridgen. Stop the lies.
Appeared outside another spa, the Golden Sunray. At 8:28 p.m., a single shot rang out in the parking lot. When the Infiniti SUV tore away, 19-year-old Jago Anderson was dead, laying on the ground, from a single bullet to the head. The getaway...
Oh, they killed the nerd kid, bro. Damn.
Vehicle, the same Infiniti tied to the Aziever murder, was later found torched on 58 Corning Road, deliberately set ablaze. Inside, police found ID belonging to an employee of the Golden Sunray Spa. Surveillance caught Tory fleeing the area on foot before being picked up by a lift ordered by his girlfriend. The Crown painted Anderson's...
Oh, you guys are so retarded, man. Oh. I don't mean to laugh because human life is being lost. I'm laughing at the stupidity of the way that these guys think that they're going to be able to get away with these crimes. Okay? Because the way that they're handling this shit, bro, just friggin' dousing friggin' gasoline on the car in front of a house somewhere, like as if nobody has surveillance cameras or ring cams or anything in front of their house. Right? Like that's just, you know, it's just 2020 something, or this has happened in 2018. Oh, they didn't make ring cams till 2020. Yeah, stop. Big Brother's been watching everything from time. These guys go and friggin' burn the car and just on a street, and then you try to get away from a drill, and you get your girlfriend to call you an Uber. Because they'll never be able to figure out, right? This is how they're thinking, you know? We smart. We're going to get around them cops. We're going to get these drills done, and they ain't never going to know anything. They ain't going to find out a thing. I'm going to get Shorty to make the call for me instead, and boom. We would have got away with it if it wasn't for them pesky cops using common sense. And we would have got away with it if it wasn't for that pesky technology. Stupid. Yo, big salute to Shiesty's Bud. Thank you for the donation right there, bro. I'm just saying, bro. Like, these guys, like, they're just so dumb, bro. You're not gonna get away. Like, don't get me wrong. A lot of people get away with drills in Toronto, but a lot of people don't. A lot don't.
Death is deliberate, a cold execution. Perhaps Anderson knew too much about the AZ-Ever killing, or maybe it was a dispute over cash. Either way, investigators believe Tory silenced his partner intentionally. Tory's version was very different. It was simply a tragic accident. He claimed Anderson had asked to see a gun in the parking lot, then in a clumsy handoff the weapon discharged. Jago was a good guy. Tory testified softly. He put money in my pocket. But prosecutors called this story absurd. Anderson, known for being cautious, would never casually handle a gun in public. And the wound, a clean shot to the temple, was, in the Crown's words, not an accident.
Sorry, I gotta put flags on the play for every time like these guys just do dumb shit. And I did see somebody in the chat say something about their age, so I will give them, I guess, the benefit of the doubt for being young and stupid, because I know when I was like 19 or whatever, there was a lot of stuff that I thought that I knew, which now in hindsight, I realized I didn't know shit. I was dumb. Okay. But to say that this guy was playing with the gun, or we were showing him something and then the gun went off, but he got a headshot. All right, bro. You know, it was an accident, bro. Sure, buddy.
Following Jago's death, police pressure mounted. On September 24th, 2018, Jackboy Tory was arrested and charged with 2 counts of attempted murder by the Gun Violence Suppression Unit on unrelated matters. Think about that for a second. Tory wasn't only making headlines for the spa stick-ups. By September 2018, he was already booked on 2 attempted murder charges for completely different situations. For a then 17-year-old kid, that's wild. When he was arrested, police found a pair of black Nike pants with a white stripe, the same kind linked to the spa robbery.
The prototypical roadman uniform, the Nike Tech pants.
Testing revealed 6 particles of gunshot residue on his pants and hoodie. Detectives also seized 2 phones, an iPhone 7 and a
BlackBerry.
Breaking into them proved difficult. But when new software finally cracked the 6-digit passcode in late 2019, investigators uncovered a goldmine: 44,000 pages of texts, photos, videos, and location data. Evidence showed Tory posing with firearms, arranging robberies, and even searching online for spas in North York.
Yo. What the fuck? Bro! Yo, these guys are trying to do everything on the BlackBerry. You thought you can get away with that because it's encrypted? Oh, man. Shiesty's Bud said, imagine getting a happy ending and these guys burst in. Bro. Imagine doing that and you want to demand them. Okay? Not just like just some regular like I don't know, Indian youth or something like that that's over there at the spa getting his rubbing tugs or getting his tug rubbed. Pause. Like want to demand them, like, you know, nigga go in there, try to move a little bit of work. He tried to get it in with one of the girls. And then next thing you know, a whole bunch of hooligans come running through the door and they're like, yo, brethren, what are you doing here? Yo, up the watch, brethren. Yo, up the watch, freaky boy. You know what I'm saying? You in there, you got your little pinky rings and little jewelry on and shit like that. You trying to look fly, you know what I'm saying? Going to make a little chizzy, get your dick sucked. And then these niggas bust into the freaking place, bro. Yo, who's that? Yo. Isn't that Picky? Yo, Picky, what are you doing here, fam? Yo, up the chain, my nigga? Look a freaky boy. Yo, give me the earrings, pussy. Yo, take a picture of this guy, fam. Yo, the man's really over here with Ling Ling, fam. Yo, fam, he's here with Ling Ling, fam. Just saying.
Wi-Fi connections and messages with his girlfriend mapped his movements almost hour by hour. We'll get more into detail about what was found later in the video, but the phone became the Crown's most powerful witness. Yet controversy surrounded the search. Defense lawyer Gary Grill, who later made headlines representing rapper Top 5 and helping him beat a murder charge, argued that police had strip-mined Tory's phone, digging through private data well beyond the limits of their warrants and trampling on his constitutional right to privacy.
Yo, fam. Dude, this guy must be some kind of plug or something, bro. I'm not trying to fuck up this guy's anybody's lawyer or anything like that, but this is the guy that you call when you're like, no, bro, you're convicting these blacks wrong. You're racist. What do you mean by that? What do you mean that he has pictures in his phone with guns? So that doesn't mean that he shot somebody. Are you a racist? That's that lawyer. You hire him to bring that white guilt to the courtroom, bro.
And the cops hadn't been perfect either. Property reports were misplaced, warrants expired, even a USB drive containing the data went missing. Still, prosecutors pushed back, insisting the evidence was solid and tied directly to the murders. The courts agreed, and the phone evidence became central to the case. Fast forward to July 9th, 2019, 9 months after Tory's arrest, the Crown dropped the 2 attempted murder charges. For a lot of people, that was shocking. 2 serious shootings tied to his name, and just like that, the charges were gone. Even more surprising, Tory was granted bail a month later on August 15th, walking back out onto the streets while still connected to a long list of robberies under investigation.
Is he on road?
To the public, it felt like the system had just handed him another chance. But freedom didn't slow him down. Not even a month later, Tory was back in the streets, right back on his bullshit.
Yo, salute to Six Tails. He said, right back on his bullshit. Yo, Gary Grill's a sick lawyer still. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I was joking right there with the whole, virtue signaling and shit like that, white guilt. But that white guilt be working, bro. He got this nigga out. He touched road. Case dropped. Charges dropped. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, we found all of this stuff in your phone. You can go. Salute to Gary Grill, bro. Get you it.
On
If you
August
can afford him,
31st,
get him.
Toronto police say Jackboy Tory was already at the center of another violent crime. Near Leslie Street and Finch Avenue in North York, 3 armed men allegedly kidnapped and robbed 2 victims at gunpoint. Though the victims escaped unharmed, investigators quickly identified one of the suspects, and to no surprise, it was Tory. At just 19 years old, he was now wanted for kidnapping, robbery with a firearm, pointing a gun, motor vehicle theft, and extortion. It was a stunning reminder. Bail hadn't slowed him down one bit. It had only set the stage for his next move. 24 hours later, on the night of...
This might be a good video that Mark Carney can use, even Pierre Poilievre. They can use this for a real thing to push their bail reform bills. That that little catch and release thing that you guys are doing. You're a little bit too lax on the law right there. Like, I know he had a good lawyer, but like, I don't know, bro. Your client, he might have been a danger to society.
Of October 1st, 2019, gun violence gripped the city's northwest end yet again. In just over an hour, 3 separate shootings unfolded in the Jane and Shepherd area. The scenes were connected not just by geography, but by the chilling precision of the attackers. Police would later describe it as a coordinated rampage, one that left 2 men dead, a teenager with life-altering injuries, and an entire community shaken. Behind the wheel of the violence was a deadly trio, Jackboy Tory, who had teamed up with Maze Block members Eric Rowe, better known as Rico, and Josiah Blair Taylor, aka Jizzy. According to Street Chatter, Jizzy had been shot just a day before, and instead of laying low, the crew decided to strike back, going on a drill that would turn the city upside down.
When do these guys have time to sell drugs, bro? What the hell, fam? Holy, bro. These guys' lives are like movies, man. Nigga got shot at the day before. Oh, no. We ain't gonna wait. Nah. We gonna get them tomorrow, bro. No, we gonna get them tonight. Okay, don't worry about our custody. Phone just ringing off. Bare fiends are calling them. They're just like, nah, bro, we got niggas to kill. I'm like, bro, like, how do you guys even get money? All right? Anonymous viewer says, laughing my ass off in between stick-ups. I guess. But nah, bro, I refuse to believe that. Niggas must be like, and this is me even from somebody who used to be a street nigga. This is me from the outside, because like, how you have guys who just shoot all the time, okay, and don't sell drugs? Because like, I know that's where the money comes from, unless you're getting paid for the hits. Because it doesn't sound like these guys are getting paid for hits. They just sound like they're out there just being reckless, just shooting at each other. Robberies happen. Oh, we got to get you, like on some like, I don't know, man, cops and robbers bullshit, but without the cops. You know what I'm saying? But if you're trying to build up a phone, and this is just as somebody, you know, who used to be in a road, if you're trying to build up the phone, just like doing a podcast, you got to have consistency. You can't just be out there on the block one day, you know, trying to get your phone built up. Yo, give me a call. I'll get you. Anytime you need me, I got you, bro. I'll come deliver right to your crib. I'll come deliver right to your whatever, to your little trap or whatever, right? And then next thing you know, when the customers are calling, they can't get you because you're out on a drill. Next time now, they're not going to call you no more. So it's going to be hard to build up the phone. This is why I don't believe that these guys are out there on road hustling. This one or the other. You're out there doing hits, or you're out there killing each other, or you're out there actually making some money. Because as somebody who's built up multiple phones in my lifetime, I know I had to be consistent. I couldn't be like, oh, I can't get at you right now. I'm busy. It don't make no sense. Others are moving packs for them. You're giving these guys way too much credit, like as if they're on some freaking what do you call that? Some El Chapo shit. This is little Ray and freaking Johnny from the block. These niggas ain't got no, they can never put 2 brain cells together farthest more than get a runner.
Violence began around 8:11 p.m. near Venetian Crescent, close to Driftwood Avenue. 16-year-old Adrian Cebulak was walking home, distracted by a video game on his phone. Out of nowhere, a white Volkswagen Golf pulled up behind him. He noticed what looked like lasers cutting through the dark. In an instant, shots rang out. Cebulak sprinted, throwing his arms over his head. Bullets tore through his fingers, leaving him with permanent disabilities.
Oh my God.
Investigators later concluded those shots weren't just meant to scare him, they were aimed at his head. Just over half an hour later, at 8:46 p.m., the same white Volkswagen surfaced at 2000 Shepherd Avenue West, a housing complex a short drive away. Surveillance footage showed 3 figures stepping into the courtyard. 2 were masked, the third was not. Prosecutors would later argue the unmasked man was Tory. Without warning, they fired multiple rounds toward the building.
In one night? These guys went on a rampage.
Residents running for cover. Though no one was struck, shell casings scattered across the scene confirmed multiple firearms were used. It was another act of calculated terror. The night reached its bloody climax at 9:27 p.m. at 306 Grand Ravine Drive, a blood-affiliated block known to the streets as The Lane. This time, surveillance cameras caught everything. A Volkswagen pulled up, 3 men jumped out the back seat, all strapped. They moved fast through a breezeway into the courtyard, where 24-year-old Delonte Bryant was standing. Gunfire erupted. Shots tore into Bryant's head and upper body. He dropped instantly, gone before he even had a chance to move. But then came the twist. Rico, one of the shooters, caught a bullet to the head. Forensics later pointed to friendly fire, and word spread that it was his own boy, YBeezy, who had accidentally pulled the trigger. As Rico lay on the ground bleeding out, the cameras caught something even colder, his 2 accomplices bending over him, stripping him of his phone and firearm before sprinting back to the car.
Wow. This is insane. I don't know if you can call that real serial killers right there, Michael Official, or sorry, Shiestas Bud, who said that, real serial killers. I don't know, because that friendly fire one, that one don't count. That's one of their own mans. And the thing is, I've watched surveillance videos of man shooting, right? Multiple man shooting. Even when they were showing the surveillance of the shooting that happened at the studio, I think it was this year. This year, the studio shooting happened, right? If I'm not mistaken, over on Queen Street. They were showing guys shooting over each other's head, and I'm like, bro, you're almost shot your friend. You're right next to your friend, shooting right next to his ear. Like, you're deafening your friend by, like, literally shooting, like, right over his head, bro. Like, run wrong move, and you might. Was it last year, Young Money? Damn, bro, there's so much wild shit that happens. Everything gets melded together. Yeah, not last November. Yeah, but like in that video, there was guys who were shooting there, and I was like, yo, fam, yo, you almost hit your homie. It's like, damn. Guns are serious. Guns kill. So if you guys are just shooting at your ops, you know, hopefully I hit one, you might hit one of your friends by mistake. You can't count that body. That's not a notch. But then after they go take his phone and his chain, you guys are just despicable humans, bro. Subhuman, despicable.
Long after, cell phone footage surfaced, showing the aftermath. Bryant being wheeled off on a stretcher, with Rico following behind on another. In the background, a voice cut through the chaos. Cypher, the older brother of rapper Hood Baby Peppa, can be heard mocking Rico.
Yo, stay up! Stay up! I swear to God! Yo, stay up, man! Just remember, one day, eh?
Oh, it's 2 of them. What the fam?
How you trying to slide you under my pack? How you trying to slide you under my pack? You a pussy.
It was
This nigga said, how you trying to slide and end up a pack? Yo, bro, I gotta move out of the city.
The crew had just sprayed Peppa's crib, with the bullets rumored to be meant for Cypher, and now the block was watching one of them pay the ultimate price. But what happened after might have been even darker. Word spread fast in the streets, and YBeezy knew the whispers were aimed at him. He wasn't just paranoid, he was convinced Rico's homies were going to kill him for the accident. Terrified, he supposedly confessed the whole thing to Rico's own mother, like he was begging for forgiveness before it all caught up to him.
What?
And then, just when things couldn't get more twisted, fate doubled down. Only days later, YBeezy's cousin, Deshane Taylor, aka SP, was shot dead while sitting in his car. The timing was too close. Panicked, YBeezy fled the city, disappearing before the streets could deliver their payback.
I gotta let this shit breathe for a second. These niggas are demonic, bro. Holy, I gotta light some sage in the crib after I'm done this shit, bro. Holy shit, man.
By the end of that night, Toronto had 2 new murder victims, Delonte Bryant, executed in the courtyard, and Eric Rowe, a gunman turned casualty. Meanwhile, Adrian Cebulak, the teen shot earlier in the spree, was left facing a lifetime of disability. Police knew they had to move fast.
God.
The shooters weren't slowing down until either someone stopped them or they ended up dead themselves. Investigators began piecing the case together with surveillance video, ballistics, and cell phone data. Forensic experts matched shell casings across all 3 shootings, proving that at least one gun had been carried from scene to scene. Investigators also noted how the shooters moved with precision, coordinated, and deliberate. The Volkswagen Golf, the vehicle used in the shootings, was a ghost. Its plates were too blurry to read, and the car had no unique features to trace. But technology left other clues. Detectives tracked a SIM card linked directly to Jackboy Tory. Cell records showed his device moving in tandem with phones belonging to Jizzy and Rico. Hours before the murders, all 3 phones pinged at a cell tower near Driftwood Crypt territory. Then
these damn phones, bro. These phones are gonna get all of y'all niggas locked up, bro.
Then, like clockwork, the devices went dark during the shootings, only to light up again after the bloodshed. To prosecutors, it was a digital fingerprint tying Tory to every move that night. Rico's role wasn't up for debate. He died at the scene. Jizzy as well, his distinctive dysfunctional left arm visible in the footage. That left the 3rd gunman. The Crown argued it was Tory, the shooter in a white top, firing left-handed, moving alongside Rico and Jizzy. His left-handedness, his clothing, and his known ties to the others built the case. What Tory did after the murders only made things worse. He showed up at Rico's funeral.
Oh my God. Yo, these guys are certified. Yo, you know when these, free all the dogs and the demons? Like, no, bro. I'm gonna say it here, bro. Maybe I've said it before, and maybe this is why I'm getting less like gangster ass niggas coming to do interviews. Don't free the dogs and the demons. Free the dogs. You know, if the dogs are out there moving work, doing whatever they need to do to get by, because society is expensive. It's hard to get by on just a 9 to 5. So hold on, I got a cat here on my hat here. So if you have to go and take other means to go make money, I'm not gonna judge you. You know what I'm saying? But all you niggas who are out there trying to become expert shooters, just shooting people up, doing 3 drills in a day, hitting people in the courtyard, innocent people and all that, you demons, lock y'all up, bro. All right? If niggas hear that and they're like, oh, this is why we don't fuck with you Friday, you act really federal, then federal it is. Y'all guys are demons. You're pieces of shit. You're destroying human life. You're making it uncomfortable for everybody else in the hood, because I'm sure over there in Driftwood, it doesn't have to have the bad reputation that it has. It's all of y'all young niggas or all of y'all street niggas who are out there shooting the shit up, getting into beef with 100 other blocks. And same thing with Connections, all of the other blocks that are having all these different beefs. It's not because of the upstanding citizens that are out there making money every day who have ruined the reputations of these places. It's the small 5 to maybe 8% of the community that's out there running around shooting shit up that makes it where it's like a problem area or whatever types of terms that they try to use now in the news to talk about low income areas. All right. I can't feel bad for y'all niggas when they give you a freaking 100 years, bro. You killed like 4 people. Niggas can't hit me in the DM like, Friday, you don't understand. I understand human life, and I understand that you guys have no respect for it. Holy shit, man.
Days later was spotted at Yorkdale Mall, shopping with Rico's friends, flashing cash, and wearing the same padded jacket seen in the surveillance. Fortunately, by October 20th, 2019, less than a month after the killings, Jackboy Tory's run came crashing down in Thunder Bay, Ontario. Police had been dispatched to a disturbance on Pearl Street, a call that would set off a chain of events leading straight to him. Hours later, officers executed a high-risk takedown on Lake Street, swarming a vehicle carrying 4 people from Toronto. Inside, they uncovered a loaded handgun, roughly $16,000 worth of crack cocaine, $5,000 worth of fentanyl, and another $5,000 in cash. Among those pulled from the car was then 19-year-old Tory.
So they have work on them. So I'm so confused, bro. And I'm saying this as somebody who used to be on road, bro. I'm so confused, fam. How you got work on you? When do you have time to move this work? Man, then went to Thunder Bay and then they just get it off. It's an OT thing. I get it. All right, I understand. Okay, I understand that. I understand. This is what it is, and maybe I'm ratting, snitching, or whatever y'all want to call it. I understand them play now. Y'all niggas have no time to sell no drugs in Toronto, So you just run around shooting each other when you're in Toronto, and then when you need to make some quick money, then you go OT to one of these small towns like Thunder Bay, etc., and then just move some work quick, because you don't have to build up the phone OT. You just have to go and find the fiends. Go find the trap, find the fiends. Right? Daniel's groomer said, stick and move. Right? We ain't got time to build up no phone. We just go OT, make 50 racks or 20 racks or whatever, and then come back home and get some guns and get back to shooting. I get it. My bad. And here I am thinking that you guys had bad business plans. My bad.
Hiding under the alias Dimitri.
Proceed.
Green, carrying an Ontario health card that wasn't his. For a year, he had slipped through the cracks, sticking up spas and leaving bodies in his wake. But on that night, the ride was over. After months of bloodshed, Jackboy Tory was finally in handcuffs. Then came trial time, and the courtroom turned into a stage. Tory, now 22, took the stand and testified at length. He denied knowing 16-year-old Elijah Aziever would be killed, insisting the guns he handed over were only for robberies, not executions. He then admitted firing one of those guns at the Alder Roadhouse party, but said it was just for show. On the death of Jago Anderson, his closest partner in crime, Tory swore it was accidental, a panic-filled mistake after a night of spa robberies. Even when pressed, he refused to name anyone else involved. "I don't want to be a snitch," he told the court, explaining that silence was his only protection inside and outside prison. Tory's lawyer, Gary Grill, pushed back on the Crown's case. He argued that there was no
This guy was his lawyer again. He took the case. I don't want to say this guy's a goat because he takes some heinous criminals in his court and under his caseload. But bro, this nigga's not out, so he didn't win this one. But he's ambitious, bro. You looked at the guys. You looked at. Think about this, all right? Just let's mentally massage this for a second. Pause. You step into Gary Grill's office, or you don't step into his office. You're already in custody. All right, my bad. And you call Gary Grill, and then he comes and meets you over at the jailhouse, and you guys have a little meeting in the little room so that you guys can have your privacy. And you put it on the table. Yo, bro, I'm innocent, man. They got a surveillance of me shooting off a gun, but that was by accident. No, sorry, my bad. They had me on surveillance for shooting off the gun at the party, but I was just flashing my shit. Pause. The next homie, my little homie with the glasses, I know that they said I killed him, but that was by accident. Third, oh, you know that other one when where the shooting happened and we caught, we shot one of our friends in friendly fire? That wasn't on purpose and shit, though. I'm innocent. Can you get me out? Why are you wasting your money and why are you wasting this man's time, bro? Holy shit, man. It'd be one thing, it's like, yo, they got me on some kind of body. I'm not even there. I'm not on surveillance. Like, come on, bro. They're framing me. Ray Tay Tay. This nigga got Blackberries. You know what? When they had the Blackberry and all the other shit before, Gary got him out. So let me shut the fuck up. This nigga pulled a magic trick out of his hat.
Clear motive for the killing of Jago Anderson. According to Grill, Anderson wasn't just an associate. He was Tory's access to both money and guns through their string of spa robberies. Eliminating him made little sense. And if it was intentional, Grill argued, why do it there, in public, right before a robbery with people around? In his words, this is the worst place to kill someone. But the Crown countered with a mountain of evidence, much of it pulled from Tory's own phone. Detectives uncovered data that tied him.
That's a crazy argument. Why would they just shoot somebody just right here in public in front of everybody? And listen, I'm not trying to diss Gary Grill's approach right there, but bro, because they're dumb. Okay, Gary? Why would they do that in public? And this is what the prosecutor said back to them. Because they're stupid, Gary. Because your clients are dumb, Gary. They have no brain cells, and I don't know, they just have no respect for human life. That's why they did it, Gary.
Not just to the murders, but to a wider web of violence. Investigators combing through the device stumbled on photos and documents belonging to a robbery victim named Maria Gonzalez. Police connected that to a Peel Region home invasion on September 3, 2018, where 3 armed men tied up Gonzalez, stole property, including her iPhone, which was later linked to Tori's Apple ID. Digging deeper, officers—
How do you niggas sleep at night?
Found evidence linking Tori to multiple other incidents. A shooting at the Scarborough Center for Alternative Studies on September 12, 2018, another at Ross Lord Park 2 days later, and the Alder Road party shooting later that same night. Going through the court files paints a wild picture. Before Tori even turned 20, he was already tied to 20 massage parlor robberies, a break-and-enter, an armed robbery, a kidnapping, 7 separate shootings, 2 attempted murders, and 4 premeditated killings. It's clear Tori wasn't a victim of circumstance. He was an active player in a violent campaign across the—
Bringing it back full circle. I guess deporting the man's mother back in the days didn't help, right? Holy shit, man. Now, I'm not trying to throw homeboy any bail because obviously he did a bunch of demonic shit. And there's a lot of people who've, lost parents back in the days. But you deport somebody's mom back to Jamaica, and now you're growing up with no mother in the household. Just, she's just thousands of miles away on an island somewhere in a whole nother country. So you and your freaking 5 siblings got to raise yourselves. Yeah, I'm sorry. You're going to get a crazy crash out kid like this who ends up allegedly shooting a bunch of people before 20.
City. Despite the lengthy rap sheet, investigators prioritized the 4 murders tied to his name: Elijah Aziever, Jago Anderson, Delonte Bryant, and Rico. To prosecutors, the timeline from Venetian Crescent to Grand Ravine Drive wasn't random chaos, it was a coordinated plan. The defense pushed back hard. They warned about the dangers of misidentification in grainy video, pointed out that Tori was often just a stick figure in the Crown's narrative, and dismissed the phone records as circumstantial. They argued that
That's that racism angle right there. So what? You see a black man in a hoodie and a stick figure and you think that that's my client? Wait a minute. So what are you trying to say, that all black people look the same? Because that's not my client. That's just a black man in a hoodie who has the same build, height, and weight as my client. Right? This is like, I'm saying, if like the scenario, this is the types of scenarios that lawyers try to bring up. Right? That's that the white guilt working in the courtroom type shit.
Association with known shooters didn't prove he pulled the trigger. Still, the judge noted the strength of the Crown's case. In the end, the story told by surveillance, ballistics, and digital breadcrumbs was simple. Tori was there, and he was firing. In June 2024, now 24 years old, Jackboy Tori was given 3 life sentences with no chance of parole for 25 years for the first-degree murders of Delonte Bryant, Jago Anderson, and Rico. He was also handed a 12-year sentence for the attempted murder of Adrian Cebulak, who was shot and left permanently injured. Although he wasn't convicted for the first-degree murder of Elijah Aziever, Tori's punishments will all run concurrently, meaning it's almost certain that he will never walk free again.
Run concurrently? Doesn't that mean that they're all running at the same time? Am I not mistaken about that, gang, before we move on? Doesn't concurrently mean that they, like, if he got 3 life sentences, that's 25, 25, 25. I feel like consecutively means that he's going to have to do 75 years or 2/3 of, I don't know, if he's going to have to do 75 years. But I feel like concurrently means he's going to have to do 25 years, right? And then you add the extra 12 years on top of that. So what are we at? 37 years. Jesus Christ. Possibly. Yeah. Anonymous viewer. Yeah, they're running together. Sauce Money said 25, 85%. Yes. I bucked mans who were just coming home 18 years later after a 25-year bid. You know what I'm saying? So it's like 18 years is 2/3 or 85% of 25 years, give or take. You know, he's 24 years old now. 18 years from now, he might be eligible for parole. I doubt they're going to give him parole, but he's probably going to have to do his full 25 years. By the time he comes home, he was convicted at 24 years old. He'll be 29. This is if he give him the whole 25 years. And then he has to come home, probably go to a halfway house for a few years before he could reintegrate into society. You feel me? My girl's dad did 13. Yeah, bro, that's like seasons change, fam. You know what I'm saying? There's one thing with me and my little baby bid for a year and change, or a year, a few months. You know what I'm saying? But like when you could doing like full life bids, bro, this nigga probably doesn't have any gal that he can have. Like he did have the one girl that called the lift for him. If that's going to be the one who holds him down, you know, then maybe he can get a PFV, a private family visit. But because he's dealing with murders and shit like that, it's going to be years, and a lot of programs and all that type of stuff before he's able to even be eligible for any private family visits. So you're not getting any female contact probably for the whole 25 years. Unless one of the guardies feels sympathetic and give you some pum-pum. And I know it's not only about the pum-pum, but bro, as a man, it kind of is. Especially if you're a young man, you never really got to experience enough till you get tired of it type shit. Like you're just like, you're out here still, you're still in puberty pretty much. You know what I'm saying? Hormones still jumping. And now you got to do 25? No pum-pum, brethren? Oh. Beating off the freaking physical paper magazines, or if you can get a phone as, you know what I'm saying? 25 years, is it worth it? Holy shit. Yolanda said, Friday, stop wearing that little year of snatch freedom like a badge. Fact, right? Nigga, you ain't do no real time. Shut the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? Like one set of seasons changed. Oh, shit. It was like one summer. Shit, man, I'm going to miss my next summer. And then I kind of did. And then fall came and I was back out again. Oh, shit. Straight goods. These niggas be in there. I think I did one Christmas. These niggas is on Christmas 11, Christmas 15. You know what I'm saying? Just celebrating the little things in life. I did one Christmas, ate one set of jail turkey. I'm like, yo, nigga, when I did that time, bro, when I was in jail, nigga, I was home, yo. By next Thanksgiving, I was home. Smashing pussy, eating good food. I ain't shit. For real. On some Drake shit, like, what did I miss? Oh, shit. Okay, let me stop. I'm starting to sweat, man. It's not a comedy. It's not jokes. Niggas is out there doing real time. All right. I shot shit up. Now I ain't gonna see no pussy for the next 25 years. I feel you. I can't even say I feel you, bro. I did a little baby time. You know what I'm saying? Niggas don't even have enough time to say, yo, I could do that on my pinky. By the time you about to stand up on your pinky, they're like, you're free to go. You're like, wait a minute, I was just about to do the pinky trick. No, you're free to go. Get out. We need space, bro. We need the bed. Okay, let's move on, man. I'm a fucking idiot. Okay. Let's compose ourselves. I'm a fucking fool. Ugh. I promise I'll grow up one day. Okay. I'm going to skip this El Plaga story here because there's no updates on the El Plaga case. I did a story on this earlier in the week. The trial for El Plaga has started on Monday. We're Wednesday right now. I'm going to follow up with some single news stories as the days of the trial evolve and we get more information. But one thing I did want to show you guys, right? Just because I'm immature and I like to laugh, okay? A rapper found his fiance cheating on him. All right. Now, let me break down the story for y'all just a little bit before, and I'm going to just go find the links over here quick, fast. Let me break down the story a little bit before I get into it. Sorry, I'm sweating, yo. Oh, I said so much dumb shit. I'm just sweating like I just took a jog. Okay. So listen, this rapper, and I won't even call him a simp. All right. I just feel bad for this guy, bro. He's out there. He's doing his due diligence. He's running around on tour. He spent all his hard-earned money that he made from rapping and probably a little bit of trapping. Got his girl a house. Him and his girl, they live in the crib together. The man went on tour. He went to go do his thing. And then he came home and found Shorty cheating, yo. Okay? Found her getting her back blown out by a nigga with long ass dreads, with some dreads. So let me pull up the story. This is courtesy of Trent Out Loud. Big salute to Trent Out Loud. Interview available on this channel right now. His name is YBeezy. Okay, this is not Yellow Beezy. His name is YBeezy. I don't know this gentleman. Okay, the story is what's entertaining to me. But salute to you, YBeezy. You know, let's go check his shit out. My bad. Let's show him some respect. This is a hip hop podcast or a hip hop network. YBeezy. Is it two Z's? Okay. This can't be him. Oh, this might be him. YBeezy. This might be him.
Yeah, what the fuck is a bully? I'm the biggest bully of them all. Still up and I get on my bully. You know that I'm bullied down.
Okay. So if this is the same guy, God bless you there, brother. So YBeezy came home early from tour and caught his fiance with another man at the house. He bought her. So let's go. This is him. He's knocking on the door. Okay. And let me know if y'all think this story is real. Okay. This is Shorty coming out the crib now. The horrible wig. Arguing. What you doing home so early? Like for what? And then, wait for it. And we'll go through the caption right here because I think it gives a little bit more information. They're just over here arguing. When's homie gonna pop out? Oh, I see what's happening here. She's not trying to let him get into the crib. That's insane. Okay, now he's trying to get into the crib. And look at all you see is dreads on the freaking ring cam. Dreads. So let me stop this for a second here. Let me know, gang. What are y'all doing in this situation right here? Okay. I'm going to pause it right there. Let me see if I can find a YouTube video. YBeezy copy. Oh, I got the content. Hold on. There might be a YouTube video of this. Oh, he's from Chicago. 1 second. Let me just go check over here. You might have a better video that we could use. My bad. I'm just looking to see if I can find a better video. But what are y'all doing in this situation right here? Are y'all fighting? Are you just letting them go? You know what? Don't worry about it, bruh. You got it. You can have her. She belongs to the streets. Or are y'all knuckling up? Okay, let me know, man. John Rocks Toronto says, I'm out the back door, yo. He obviously don't respect homie because he just confronted him. He's like, yo, what up, man? What up, dog? What you gonna do? And they're in Chicago, so you know he probably got the ting on him. Got the cough syrup pants. He like, what you want me to do? And he walks away. Wow. See him getting back to his whip? Is he going back to the whip to go get something? Let me read this caption here. Rapper YBeezy caught his girlfriend home with another man, and he's going viral for exposing her. His girl is claiming that the other man is her cousin. I'm dead. Okay. His girl is claiming that the other man is her cousin, while also showing proof that she's pregnant. Oh, my God. Some fans point out that YBeezy has a post from 2024 pinned on his IG page about cheating on his girl and thanking her for staying, but we don't know if this is the same girl he's exposing. Hashtag Keisha Cole. What's going on over here? So he says, just got off the plane, headed home after being on road, doing shows and getting booked. While I was gone, my fiance barely communicated. Mind you, I bought her a 6-bedroom house and been paying all the bills, handling my role like a man. I get back in town earlier than I expected. Lost my keys. So I had to knock the door. She opened the door looking shocked, like she wasn't expecting me. A random dude was walking around out in my house. I looked at her and said, so what's going on? So what we doing? My bad. Told her I'm done. I'll be back to get my stuff out my place, and removed morals of the removed moral of the story. Trust your gut. Don't ignore the signs. Move smart, not with your emotions. Control your feelings. Control your feelings and how you react to things. Every reactions don't need a reaction. This could have ended bad. Be careful. Be careful who you love. Some people just want you for what you can do for them, not you. More of the story, I guess he wanted to say, more of the story, walk away from anything that doesn't fit you. And then a bunch of hashtags. Yo, salute to him, man. That's a grown-ass man right there. That shows maturity right there, YBeezy. You feel me? Like, is he wrong for this? What would y'all have done in this situation, right? Would it have been like, yo, we got 2 dead bodies today? Right? Would you have OJ Simpson there? Rest in peace, OJ Simpson. Oh shit. What's this right here? What the fuck, yo? Why the hell you have me all over social media and blogs without my consent? That's defamation. So get ready to go to court. I hope you know that is so illegal, and you illegally evicted me, and I've been there over 30 days. You're gonna regret all of this. Yo, somebody needs to call the accountability police, bro. She's like, I've been there 30 days, bro. You can't evict me, fam. And then this guy, bitch, you played as fuck. It's all defamation. If it was a lie, I have raw evidence, baby girl. Only thing I regret is I ever F with you. And she gives him the finger. your evidence. I'm on that video without consent. I told you that that was my cousin, and why you ain't play the audio or crash out. You painting it like you caught us in bed or something. Bro, am I reading some like Gaslight Daily right here right now? This is crazy. This is why I had to bring the story to y'all. I don't usually cover Chicago rappers. This is the Toronto Rapper Network. I'm probably not going to put Chicago Rapper in the title, but this is just down bad activity right here, bro. She just playing this nigga in all, or trying to play this nigga in all kind of direction. Jay Castro says, she's innocent, Friday. Stop this. She ain't gonna let you hit, bro. If you're ever in the Chicago area. I don't know what her name is. She ain't gonna let you hit, bro. Right? It's just it's my cousin. Oh. Yeah, okay, Lil Meech. This nigga is not your cousin, bye bitch. And keep it up. And I'm gonna tag you, trillin' ass, and show trifling ass, my bad. And show your face in HD to the world. Lose my number. For you, man. Stand strong there, brother. Oh, man. Just be careful out there, yo. What's this? You did right by walking away. It's not worth it. It's not worth it, love. Stay on the right track. Stay on the right track. Your career soon take off when you least expect it. All blessings your way, King. Fuck you. Wow. That is crazy. Keep doing your thing, King. If you deserve it, it'll be for you. What's for you will come. This girl. Thank you for the motivation. Thank you. This is the motivation I need. Appreciate you, Queen. This must have been before. This must have been when they were getting along. Oh, my bad. This is Keisha Cole. Salute to Keisha Cole. Keisha Cole came in here and showed some support to the young king. See? It all worked out. You got played by this friggin' Trish. And then Keisha, and you went viral. Keisha Cole sees the shit, sends you some love. You were out there touring. You were out there doing what you're supposed to do, making your music, making money off your music, because in America, you could be an unknown rapper, probably pulling in like 10 racks a month. You feel me? And now you might mess around and get a Keisha Cole collab going on, and your notoriety goes out the roof. On top of that, and listen, this is all due respect to Keisha Cole. I know Keisha Cole, like, she be taking in thug niggas, bro. She'll date you, fam. You don't have to be like the most poppin' rapper. She was dating some gang. Please give me the name of the rapper that she was dating the other day. Honcho. Right? She was dating this rapper named Honcho. I think a nigga from Atlanta. Ain't nobody you say, when's the last time you heard, yo, put on that Honcho record? Niggas ain't checking for Honcho like that. But Keisha Cole was. Shoot your shot, my nigga. You never know. Anywho, I'm going to move off of that story right there. I just thought it was a story that was very interesting, something that popped up on my timeline. Couple more things I want to address before I get out of here. Yeah, I'll do 2 more topics, and then I got to get ready because I'm going to be, like I said, we are doing some format changes, more episodes dropping. We're doing 2 group episodes a week, and I'm looking to link up. Let me make sure that everything is going good over here in my DMs. I'm looking to link up with Honcho Hoodlum and the return, bring Honcho Hoodlum back to the network for a next interview that hasn't been done in a long time. All right, so look out for that. But I wanted to get to this G Herbo VladTV thing, okay? Just because, not because of the whole G Herbo and VladTV aspect of it, but because I can totally relate to artists when they're at a certain level, and then when they blow up, or when they blow up, Toronto blow up, okay? Because we ain't got, besides Drake and Tory Lanez, there ain't nobody who can really be like, I'm too Hollywood to be on We Love Hip Hop. There's just rappers out here who think in their mind that they're too Hollywood to be on We Love Hip Hop, when we probably get more views than their music videos. That's a whole other story. I digress. So G Herbo lashed out at VladTV because of a bunch of interviews that Vlad's been doing. Not really a bunch. He's mentioned G Herbo a couple of times. And from what he said about G Herbo, he was like, you know, I've interviewed a lot of guys like G Herbo and other guys back in the days when they were on their come up, the Migos, different people. And then when they get to a certain level, then they act like they can't, you know, they don't even know. They don't answer their DM. They don't answer the phone. Or they straight up get on social media and diss Vlad. Say, I'm never going over there. You know, Glasses Malone, same thing. We could even get into that with when it comes to Glasses Malone. He has a lot of VladTV interviews from back in the days, turns around and he's like, I don't fuck with Vlad no more. You know what I'm saying? Like he made a whole song about it. So let me pull up the content over here. And this is courtesy of XXL magazine. So it says, G Herbo goes off on VladTV, says, F you, buddy. G Herbo fires back at DJ Vlad after Vlad had felt some type of way about Herb passing on an interview with him. Vlad mentioned that he interviewed Herbo multiple times during his come up, but didn't get the same energy now that Herb's made it. Herb's response is, you didn't do shit for me. Well, let's see what Herb's response is. Vlad, you didn't do shit for me. Nothing at all. You think the interview that we did in the past is what blew me up? You got to be shitting me. You called me every time, not the other way around. I obviously had some kind of motion, and I didn't even know who the F you was. Sorry, I'm trying to read, nigga. Who the F you was when I first did an interview. I promise I wasn't even in the loop back then. I showed up whenever. That's cap. You didn't know who VladTV was? Sorry, before I continue to reading this, you didn't know who VladTV was? That's cap, bro. I showed up whenever my team told me to do. I'll do another podcast and get 2 views. I do what I want to do. That's the exact reason why I'm not pulling up on your goofy ass. Because you care about the views, and that's why you do and ask the shit that you ask. I'm not effing with you. I'm not effing with it, my bad. I don't like what you represent, and you got no principles. Oh my God. Oh, don't worry. I'm gonna get to my point of view, but it's just like every line I read, I feel like I've read this about myself. You know what I'm saying? But let's continue. You don't give a F about me or nobody you interview, and you get niggas. What is it? Is this an emoji? Okay, no, it's not an emoji. Okay. And you get niggas killed and sent to jail and beyond to the next victim to take advantage of for clicks and views. F you, buddy. And this is what Vlad had to say about Herbo.
Feel that coming up, they could do VladTV, but once they get to a certain level, they don't have to mess with VladTV anymore. Like, for example, like G Herbo, I was talking to his people about doing an interview, and ultimately he passed. But he did some podcast that got 678 views. Mm-hmm. Not 678,000, 678, less than 1,000 views. He spent an hour on this podcast, but he wouldn't do VladTV. But VladTV was interviewing him over and over again on his come up. But once he gets to a certain level, well, he don't want to do VladTV anymore because VladTV's the feds now and whatever. I feel like that's lame, but that's life.
Does that bother you though?
Like if you do something for someone, most humans will try to return that favor for you.
I got to be careful with the amount of minutes that I play on a VladTV clip because Vlad will ding you.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, the reciprocal beings, right? I've learned over time that when people do something for me, I try to do something back. It may not be the exact same thing, but it's always in the back of my mind. So I feel like, like I looked out for you when no one was checking for you. When you were just an up-and-coming artist. I did the Migos first interview. You haven't seen the Migos on VladTV in forever. I did a lot. Big Sean's one of his first interviews. You haven't seen Big Sean in forever. They'll go and do other platforms. They'll do that White Girls, podcast. Bobby Altaf, because she's kind of like quirky or whatever else. So it doesn't bother me. I don't feel entitled, but I feel like, damn, like we put together some dope work.
Right. And let me go over to Vlad's channel because Vlad, he falls in and out of my algorithm. I still am an avid watcher of Vlad TV, especially the new clips that have been popping up. That's him with DJ Envy doing an interview. And what he's been doing is reversing it at the end of the interview where his guest ask him a few questions before they end everything off. But no matter what you say about Vlad's the GOAT to me, bro. You know what I'm saying? People will call him the feds, all these different things. And I've never been one to like fall into that whole, oh yeah, Vlad's the feds. And I'm glad that I never fell into that so that I have to take it back later on. Because it ended up happening to me. Friday, Ricky Fed, Friday is a rat goof, all these different things I've read over the years because we report on news stories. All right. I've had people hit me up in my DM say, you don't support real hip hop. You're out here destroying the culture. You never talk good about the Mandem. And I'm not talking about the Mandem podcast. I'm talking about the Mandem, like rappers out here. You never talk good about the Mandem. I'm like, all right, bro. So I can understand when people get at Vlad because I get the same shit. But I'm going through Vlad's channel. Even though everybody's views have taken a dip over because of the YouTube algorithm and the way they've been kind of splitting things up over the last couple of years, he's still doing great. He's still putting out probably like this in one day. How many clips he puts out in a day? This nigga's a machine. This guy has a machine going on over there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, the Gilbert Arenas clips are fire too. 8, 9, 10. Oh, this is today. So yeah, 8 clips a day. I aspire to be like Vlad. I don't care what anybody says. But the reason that this bothered me is because I've interviewed a lot of people myself, and I've given a lot of rappers their first interview. The first Little Tecca interview ever, not the first Little Tecca interview in Canada. The first Little Tecca interview ever was on the We Love Hip Hop podcast. You know what I'm saying? I could probably look it up. Just Lil Tecca, We Love. Lil Tecca got his first buzz from We Love. That's 6 years ago. The interview was longer than that. 7 years ago. Oh, here it is. Okay, so Lil Tecca's first interview ever. Never spoke to him ever again since. He never even answered a DM. Not even seen a DM farthest than answered one. Okay, and they try to rewrite history when they were going around and he was talking to Rap Genius back in the days and stuff like that, and try to act like that was his first interview. And Rap Genius was actually like, no, we saw you on. They actually gave us credit. All right. Let me see.
Okay, because I saw in the comments there's some comments.
It's coming for me for no reason.
Okay. But let's agree to disagree on that. Let's agree to disagree on that. Okay. What happened?
Work. LB's putting in work, man.
What happened? Did you ever come here? That's the first question I wanted. Did you actually ever come here, or you were just kept on saying, "Yo, I'm on Jane, I'm on Jane"?
Hell no.
Know yourself. That's right.
I could even go into other artists, Toronto artists, to be honest. Can we have a real conversation over here, ladies and gentlemen? You know what I'm saying? Like, this is probably part of the problem that I have when it comes to doing this content shit, because sometimes I try to pull the punches. I try to be like, you know what? I'm just not going to mention that because there are parties involved going to get offended and all that type of shit. But like, I interviewed Smiley. I think it might be Smiley's first interview, to be honest. TBH. I think I re-released it. Yeah, I did re-release it. Right, but originally, this interview had dropped, let's say, about 8 years ago. There we go. Yeah, this is 5 years ago.
Vacations. I'm just.
This is over at 40 Studio. This is where Drake used to record his music. One Studios, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna go through that whole CR3 conversation we had before. Where you say the phone was almost dying right there.
Yeah, you know.
So when did you find out? Like, it was like you woke up, or it was like you're just like doing your thing, and the man's like, "Yo,
Drake." Sorry to cut you off, but like, you know, I was just chilling, and then, you know, I see like bare people mentioning me and stuff, and then just bare like, you know, notifications. And I'm just like, I already know what that is, you know, because it's not the first time he did something like that, you know.
Okay.
So it's like, you
Mr.
know, he's been doing stuff, but not like that. Like, that was probably the biggest thing right there, you know. So
yeah,
from there, my notifications just went crazy. So
listen, man, it's not that I haven't spoken to Smiley since then. I've spoken to Smiley multiple times, but I think I've been put on an OVO no-fly list when it comes to interviews. Actually, I'm not going to say I think. I know I've been put on an OVO no-fly list when it comes to interviews because the word came in when I was trying to get the Roy Woods interview, and they were like, nah, we don't like the way that he talks about Drake over there, so it's a no for Roy Woods. I'm sure, and salute to Smiley. I'm not even gonna use this as an opportunity to shit on Smiley. I'm sure Smiley wanted to do the interview. Okay, but he's been told, no, you can't go over there. But if he probably did an interview with us, it would probably do more views than some of these irrelevant places that they be trying to bring him to, because the algorithm doesn't necessarily react. Obviously, you're going to try to get him out to as many audiences to expand his fan base as much as possible. But if you bring him up on the We Love Hip Hop podcast and the shit does 30, 40,000 views because it's the return of Smiley and we make it an event, then guess what? Those same people are going to find out about him anyway. Just saying. But this is what? How many years ago? 5 years ago? Haven't heard from him since. Or haven't been able to get him on the platform since. I've heard from him, like I said, but I haven't been able to get him on the platform since. And there's other ones too. You know what I'm saying? So other guys who are roadmans, or not even roadmans, niggas who are super street rappers who they've blown up a little bit more, or they've blown up over the years, and then it becomes, no, we don't fuck with you because you act like the feds. Why do I act like the feds? Because you got arrested and I put you in a news story, or you got a lawsuit put on you and we discussed it on the podcast, or I discussed it on a live stream. So I'm the feds because you got arrested. All right, make it make sense. Yes, Yolanda, I know the WAC 100 thing. That'll never escape me. That'll be a black cloud that follows me into the content space forever, ever. But that's not it, bro. Not bro, but you know what I'm saying, shorty. That's not it. That's not it. No. That's not only it. That's part of it, but that's not the only reason. Okay? I've spoken to people behind the scenes, and I ain't gonna say no names, but I've tried to get interviews with certain younger artists, and older artists told him, don't fuck with him. We don't like how he talks over there. And I have to go and be like, yo, what's going on? You're preventing a young artist from getting their first interview that they can get practice to be able to do interviews as they go on into the future. You know what I'm saying? We can't have it both ways. Oh, you're the so-and-so of our city, or the, what do you call it? Some people call me, and I don't call myself these things, this is what people try to say. Oh, you the act of our city, or no jumper, and whatever different people names that people try to put on it to say you're the person who gives us keeps us up on the news. You can't have that and be the interview guy too, and you never get mad because I'm bringing up news stories or giving my point of view on news stories. You know what I'm saying? Man, them just have to understand this is just the media. All right, it's not personal. But if you're going to be working within the media as an artist in entertainment, you're going to have to sometimes deal with people that you're not really completely cool with their point of view on shit. It is what it is. You know how many people sit with Stephen A. Smith and have debates after Stephen A. Smith says some wild shit about them? Maybe not LeBron, but a lot of other people. You feel me? So it is what it is. It goes back to what I was saying earlier in the live. If you got thin skin, get out the game. But yeah, I'm gonna leave that there. Salute to VladTV, man, and salute to G Herbo. You know what I'm saying? I need to see them reunite and get another interview going on. I got one more topic, and then time to touch the road. Time to touch the road. What are we doing on time over here? What are we on time? 2:25. Holy shit! I thought I was only gonna do 2 hours here. Okay, I got one more topic for y'all. I just want to just give y'all just a heads up because I don't know if you noticed, the jewelry store robberies have been out of control. Maybe I missed something, but they've been going up like crazy. Hold on, let me read this before I go on. Friday, no respect, no effing interviews. Go interview the company man and Curtis and K-Bot. Man, I will be bringing the company man back on the network, definitely at some point in time when the time is right. But Curtis King, I ain't even gonna diss him. Salute to Curtis King. But yeah, getting back to what I was saying here, the robberies are going crazy. I bet every time I open or look on the TV on CP24, they're showing me another robbery. People are actually hitting me up for collabos. Big salute to 6 Block Disses and different pages. They'll hit me up and be like, bro, hit me up for a collabo, and it usually be a robbery. All right. I don't know. I can't even say, oh, it's getting close to Christmas time. It's been all year, like every week, 4 or 5 times a week. Let me pull up something that I have here on Reddit because I'm just finding multiple links on this shit. So many youths have been robbing jewelry stores recently. Okay, so this one is over here, the Pickering Town Center. And it's like from end to end. Pickering in the east, Vaughan, right? Police probe attempts Vaughan robberies, 5 charged in separate Oshawa jewelry heist. 5 arrested in Oshawa jewelry store robbery. And there's more too. Hold on, let me see if I have other links for this too. Because on Instagram, there was one that just recently, this is from like a day ago. Let me pull it up. This is from like a day ago. Or this is from today, I think. No, this is from yesterday.
Just lock all the cabinets.
These guys are acting like there's no police. All right, and let me pull up on YouTube, because YouTube, they got a bunch of shit that's been going on. Hold on, let me Toronto, and let's go to the tube, because holy shit, man, this is again back to the bail reform. I feel like a lot of these guys, they don't care about jail, because if something happens, they'll be out in like no time. Right? There's a bunch of shorts about this shit 10 months ago. Look, Ontario jewelers see massive spike in smash and grab robberies. And low key, I heard that there's a story going on with Kalani Jewelry, but I'm going to leave it alone. All right? I'm going to leave it alone. Maybe I'll bring it up on another time.
through the door. Outside a Toronto jewelry store on a recent evening, at least 8 masked suspects are seen charging in, captured on security video trying to smash through the door, until quick-thinking staff reach for a sword to fight off those would-be robbers. Yes, for jewelry store workers, it's come to this.
We were scared. We were like, it was a scared to death kind of situation, you know, when somebody got into your store.
Area jewelers are reporting a steep rise in robberies, nearly 100 this year. Like
Guys just running around the jewelry store, just going crazy.
This brazen smash and grab at a suburban mall last week that left one employee on the floor, injured and terrorized.
Holy.
Recording this video runs after the robbers all the way to their car.
A lot of these stolen goods are being sold at less than scrupulous businesses, whether they're, say, cash or gold exchanges, or they're, say, a flea market.
Again, oh my God.
Police in Toronto say reported jewelry store.
Did the lady just say again? Oh my God. This is when you know shit is bad. When the lady said again, what were you in the mall yesterday and the shit happened then too?
Reported jewelry store robbery.
Watch it.
Police in Toronto say reported jewelry.
They're, say, a flea market.
Again, oh my God.
What? Damn, bro. How you got Sister Nancy out here stressed?
Police in Toronto say reported jewelry store robberies have doubled this year, while in some suburbs they've more than tripled. Watch as this suspect shows off a hammer, then takes off, with mall security left helpless.
Yo, these guys are just mocking the mall security.
Worse. It's like a bad you cannot even imagine.
You see this stuff in movies, and when you witness it firsthand and when you go through that experience, it's definitely traumatizing.
So why are jewelers being targeted now? This industry expert has a hunch. As more consumers pay by card and fewer retailers carry much cash.
Jewelry stores are also not full of money, but they do have gold, and gold can be turned into money relatively easily, and gold prices have gone wild.
Hold on, let me read this comment here because Roots be always making some sense over here. Big salute to Roots 416. He said, fam, as I said a couple years back, if you own a jewelry store, have a couple of straps because these guys don't care, fam. Streets gone wild, shaking my head. Yeah, but like it's kind of hard because like they're going into the mall. It's not even just like storefront boutiques like what happened with Kalani Jewelry. They're just going into the mall and just going crazy. So imagine you're just one of those jewelries or jewelers in the mall. You can't be letting off the thing in the mall. You're not even allowed to have it. We're in Canada. You're not allowed to defend yourself. Remember? You got to let people just rob you and just do whatever they want to you.
That sword-wielding store worker who warded off.
This guy has a sword. He probably got in trouble.
The would-be robbers. Seconds later, the whole group is seen running away, empty-handed. Thomas Daigle, CBC News, Toronto.
How dare you pull out a knife on them men? You're trying to violate their human rights? Eh? Hold on, let me see what's going on here with this crime bill. Mark Carney, because he was talking about a crime bill not too long ago. Crime bill. Let's see if I can find something under that search. Mark Carney crime bill. He said he was going to announce something 6 days ago. We discussed it on the podcast briefly, I feel like, because we didn't actually discuss the actual crime bill itself. We discussed that briefly, but we went more into do we think Carney's doing a good job? Let me see if I can play this quick.
Today, I'm announcing 2 major new measures that Canada's new government is taking to build safer communities for you and your loved ones. First, we're strengthening the criminal code to get tough on bail and sentencing, keeping violent criminals and repeat offenders off our streets and out of our communities. And second, we are investing in frontline law enforcement, hiring 1,000 new RCMP personnel to keep our country and communities safe. To start, To start, the Minister of Justice will be tabling legislation within the next week with strong reforms on bail and sentencing. We're getting violent criminals and repeat offenders off the streets, full stop.
Talk about it.
Right now, in most bail hearings, the starting point is to release. And the Crown must prove why someone should not be released on bail, making it too easy for repeated violent offenders to quickly get back on the street, sometimes back into the same communities that they just committed crimes in.
They're like the Jack Boy guy.
Our new law will flip that script by creating new reverse onus bail provisions for violent and organized crime-related offenses. We're making bail stricter to keep you safe. With so-called reverse onus bail, it will no longer be up to the Crown to prove why someone should stay behind bars.
Let's go.
It will be up to the accused to prove to the court why they can be trusted to be released. Their risk of reoffending and their history.
Hold on, let's make that make sense for a second. So it's not for the Crown to say why they should stay behind bars. It's up for the accused to prove why they should be released. So prior to that, the Crown has to prove like this person is a danger to society. Hold on, let me just add a poll here. Will the crime bill work is what I'm going to ask. Will the crime bill work? All right. But yeah, prior to that, the Crown, aka the prosecutor, has to prove that this person is a menace to society and they're going to reoffend, and these are all the different reasons. They might be a flight risk. These are the reasons why you shouldn't give him bail. And then the person's defense, you know, hopefully they don't have a public defendant, right? The person's defense, or legal aid, I mean, they're supposed to be like, nah, bro, my client's good to go. He has this kind of surety. They're going to take care of him and make sure that he checks in or he's on his curfew. And, you know, all these different things to prove that their client is able to come out. Now they're going to reverse it where it's going to be like the Crown don't got to say shit. Okay, they don't. We're keeping you. You tell us why you should be outside. Okay, or let your defense team convince us why we should let you out, because our first instinct is to keep you. And I don't say us, I mean like the court system. Okay, I don't work with the court system. Contrary to belief.
Of past 10 years will be considered. These strong new reverse onus bail provisions will apply to violent auto theft, to break and enter, to human trafficking and smuggling, to assault, to sexual assault, and to extortion involving violence or violent threats.
And all type of fuckery.
Simply put, these changes will keep violent repeat offenders of these crimes off our streets and out of our communities. Canada's new government will also toughen sentences for
Good question, John Rocks Toronto. So they won't let the same thieves out over and over again. That's supposed to be the plan. We'll see if that really is what happens, but that's supposed to be the plan. Okay, there was one guy that I seen on these Instagram streets. They said that this guy was out, I don't know how many times they said. He was on his 18th bail, right? Maybe not in one case, but like he's been on bail 18 different times, or I think it was 80 different times. I don't remember exactly what it was, but it was an astronomical amount of times that this person was locked up. And I was like, bro, like you guys just don't want to keep nobody. There must not be any space in the jails. All right.
repeat offenders of auto theft, of organized crime, and of home invasion, so that criminals who have repeatedly victimized your community do not have the chance to do so again. We are delivering the change to keep violent repeat offenders off our streets. We'll also allow for consecutive sentencing for violent and repeat offenders.
Y'all ain't ready for that. You're not ready for that. I don't know if y'all ready for that. consecutive. This goes back to what we were talking about. You see, everything all lines back up, because earlier we were talking about with the Jack Boy case there that he had not consecutive, concurrent sentences. So he got 3 life sentences. So he's going to be 3 25-year life sentences. So he's going to be actually serving 25 years instead of 75 years. But if Carney's able to push this crime bill through, or this bail reform bill through, he gonna get rid of a lot of that concurrent bullshit. Y'all niggas gonna get 75 years. Jesus Christ.
So that
Are you sure this guy's a lib?
a 7-year sentence and a 5-year sentence can mean 12 years behind bars, not just 7. This change will keep dangerous criminals off our streets for longer. And to protect workers and businesses, we will implement harsher sentencing for organized retail theft. No worker in a neighborhood convenience store should have to worry about being robbed by gangs or feeling that no one can intervene and no one will face justice. In addition, we will reverse laws from previous governments that are simply not working. And the first of those is conditional sentences for sexual assault. Right now, someone convicted of sexual assault can be eligible for a conditional sentence, meaning they may be able to serve their sentence at home.
What? Yo, bro, who created these laws here?
The very community where their victim lives. That is not justice. Our legislation will put an end to this. If you commit sexual assault, you will serve your sentence in a correctional facility.
Yo, listen, man, I don't really like to be rooting for any of these politician guys, because I think a lot of them are full of shit. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't mad at this guy right now. Okay, right now he's live. He's out here. He's doing his thing.
Thousands of veterans and their families. And we opened new universities.
Okay, so he's out here currently live doing his thing. So I'm gonna actually tap into that before I get on my way to go do what I gotta do. But listen, man, it's getting crazy out there. If these new bail reform bills go through, a lot of that wild shit that's been going on at these jewelry stores, different stories that we've covered earlier in this live stream, a lot of these guys might be kind of slowing down because they know, yo, my brethren, he got hit with 50 years the other day for a robbery. What do you mean 50 years? Nah, fam. Yo, fam, they're really starting to really convict man's harsh. He even had Gary Grill and he still caught 60 years, fam. You know what I'm saying? Once the conversation starts going in that way, you got to be a super crash out or dedicated to these streets. Niggas need to go get a job, bro. Holy shit. I'm sorry, fam. I don't want to be some holier than thou type nigga because I got off the streets, but bruh, in 2025, if you trying to do some crime, one, technology gonna catch you, and if everything goes well, which it probably won't, but if it does, they're gonna keep you, bro. So choose wisely. Anywho, I'm going to leave it there. Like I said, Mouraine Interview dropping tomorrow morning. Okay, all listening platforms, as well as I'm going to be dropping it on YouTube probably around 7:30 tomorrow night. We're going to be getting another episode out tomorrow. How am I going to do this? I'll figure out how I'm going to put out the audios and the next video for tomorrow too. I'll probably put out a clip from the Honcho Hoodlum interview tomorrow and then drop the full episode on Friday. All right, but I'll figure all that out. Keep their notifications on for the uploads as we keep them going. All right, thank you for everybody for tapping in. We are off of this. Deuces.